And we are live. You hear anything else in the background, Wally?
Other than the sounds.
Well, just myself or the music. Do you hear me? Do you hear me well?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay, thank you, peasant. Um, but
How
I just
dare
want
you?
to say,
Wait, you probably got the dang live on. That's what it is. Take the thing off of your computer, goddammit.
by my grace. All right, so you hear me better now?
Yes.
All right, so we are live. Welcome to Jay Takashi. Today hosted by MC Vet Takashi and Wally, who was here as one of our first guests. So, AKA Broke Talk Productions.
I know you ain't talking.
I'm just kidding. Wealth Talk Productions at Wealth Talk Productions at Wally, and then obviously Jay Takashi, but he had to step away, so I have been hosting. So I'm just here to show support, but also rock out, be the host for today, and talk about anything and everything, Chillout Session, but also men's emotions and men's health and men's stability, men's frame. Is that lacking? Is that needed? Wally, give you perspective, my good sir, aka peasant.
Which one you want to start? Which one should we start from?
Anyone you want to.
Okay, we talking about the frame of man. So let's see here. Frame of man, emotions, and then what else?
Well, let me correct that. Frame of people in general.
Okay, so frame of people, emotions, and what else?
Um, well, just men's emotions and like, is it stable? Is it lacking stability? Is it stronger than before? Is it in dire need of identity? You know.
I know it's a dying need of control. So okay, I'll
Elaborate.
start off. Yeah, so I think a lot of things in a lot of ways is like I think one thing about most men we have, or at least younger men that are going to most men, and this is why it's so a prominent thing for young men to be around fathers, or at least their fathers. Hopefully they have them. God forbid they don't have it. But the reason why it's so important is because I think the training of the mind to really uphold themselves to that standpoint is really very it's something that it's must have learned ability, because it's easy to be very emotional when you're left to that ideal, but reality is like you should be able to, like, there should be some type of form of work around it, like training or something like that, of that nature. Everything done with emotions in most cases they not are done without clear mind or frame to work with that. Let me give you a slight scenario. It's like, how would I say this? Like, I guess I would say like this, like in most cases, if men were to tell somebody their worst, like their whole livelihood, and eventually someone were to portray that by spreading it out to the world, is like in that moment, men would then commit suicide, right? I mean, delete themselves and whatever of that nature, because it's like now, it's like a whole group and army of everyone that's ever will know their secrets or their feelings or whatever deep down inside them, like they will forever know it, and it's like they can't shake that. But in a lot of ways, we tell people all the time, you can't trust people either, right? So it's like, what are you doing to prepare yourself for those that betray you? Because you know that you can't trust everybody. So it's like, even if you were to tell somebody, my thing is, are you prepared? Like, are you prepared enough to know that even though you allow to tell someone this, that there's a possibility that this person can rat you out and speak on what what you told them, right? So I think it's just that mind frame alone to get to to build up a young man's mind frame to say, hey, you don't know where the betrayal is going to come. You don't know who is it going to be coming from, but you better be ready because when it comes, don't be surprised.
Great point. Now, what do you think about from the, I guess, like the health of it, like how it affects their health?
Oh, how it affects their health? Less confidence. They're a little bit more. It's less confidence. They feel. I mean, in this image, I think they feel drained because, like, they have no absence. They have no. There's an absence of life in them, so they feel like they have no more meaning in life overall. How can I say this? Yeah, mostly that. It's mostly around that. I can't really think of anything else right now. But it just felt like in most cases, like their whole life is just shut down. It's like flipping off a switch and then everything's down. Like everything is shut down. You hit that switch and boom, it's like everything's gone. Like no more power, no more. Nothing's working. Everything's been shut down. It's like their whole mind frame to everything. It's like it doesn't matter. They can be walking and then they don't even notice that someone's around them to the point that they actually, bump their bodies together and they're not paying attention. Like they're literally lost. They feel like they're in a void.
Like if they're wandering like a ghost, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So you're just floating or hovering until the next best thing comes in your lap, right?
Yeah, basically in some sense.
I think we call that like that phase where you're kind of lost, but trying to find yourself and trying to find what you're really meant to be on this earth, maybe. And then
yeah, it's like
sometimes the person with the next positive attitude could be a girlfriend, could be a family member, could be a friend or a coworker.
Right.
That just kind of like makes you open yourself up more to being more optimistic. You get me?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that's why it's called the journey, life. So you're gonna go through your ups and downs about it with yourself, with others, etc.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You want to elaborate a little bit more?
I mean, and this is my thing. Is like, yeah, when people get to that phase, that phase, it's like you have to start questioning, like, who amongst that phase is like how they adapt to it. I don't know. Everyone adapts to things differently. Some people may last. Some people may, go for the worst and just, start going crazy and start doing crazy-ish. Other people, they just, they numb out. Some people may go to the point where they feel like their life is so destructive. It's like they're slowly choosing to destruct themselves because, today is like, I have nothing aspiration. Every single time life is slowly draining from them to the point where it's like now they don't even realize it, but they've been eating so much stuff. It's like they're eating away their pain to the point now they're just on the sofa being a fat blob, or, but yeah, a fat blob, and it's like now that's gonna mess up with their everyday health, their physical health, because what mess up your mental health is gonna mess up your physical health. Will mess up your physical health. Will mess up your mental health. So it's like it's a battle. It is a complete battle. Because I think the moment a man loses his health overall, his both senses, that's where the whole ship of his life is gonna start really gearing out of pocket.
Very good point. That's very fair to say because you're emotional, spiritual, physical.
Right.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I send an email to more people.
Yeah, but just to elaborate until Marcus come back. But do I like from this point? Do I believe that in some cases they're not should men find a way to start talking to people? Yes, I do. Because there has to be some balance of there has to be a reset of balance within a man, and he needs someone to help that out. Because in this case, if he reaches that point, he's literally can't help himself. So you have to find someone to believe in him to actually help himself gain that, that resurgence within himself overall. So being around men overall, being around men and everything else of that nature, it should help to reestablish himself, to get him in that framework, so then he is back to normal in some sensible ways, or getting back to himself in a more comfortable way. But in most cases, they're not. Let's say beforehand, because the questionnaire of man's emotions is very tough, because because it's qualifying that he has them, that he don't, or everything else in between. And I take this message or this question overall, as far as should men express any emotions or any of that tone, it's a little bit of a gray area of a yes and a no. And it's like on one side is yes, but that's only if you're able to be comfortable enough to do so, because at the end of the day, like I said before, you have to be very careful who you tell it to, because in most cases, right, if you're not able to deal with the backlash of what can come about that, then you shouldn't say nothing. And if you are, then you already know what's going to come if things start popping out. And in a lot of ways, right? But the same reason why I say no is because someone has to build and earn that trust to hear those thoughts, and these thoughts are very personal to us. And when you haven't earned those thoughts or earn those mind, like just earn what's in the mind frame of the man, and you're just trying to constantly gravitate to know what that is, and know what that what his world is in his mind, it comes to be very, very how do I say this? It comes to be a little bit too telling, because it's like you're constantly wanting to know, but it's like, why you don't let him tell you when he feels like telling you? Because you constantly asking, it sounds like you're constantly want to use it as a weapon, and that's just in his mind frame. I mean, in most cases, they're not, because you asking doesn't mean nothing. Wouldn't it be better if he came to you and told you, versus you coming and constantly trying to figure out like where he is in his mind? But and I get it. You as women, y'all worry and everything like that. But it's like, once again, if it's nothing to be spoken on, then it's nothing to be told. So it's like, sometimes it's just better for things to come out naturally versus to be pushed out. But yeah. But other than that, for the time being, for anyone that's in the chat, I hope you guys are having a good day. Yeah. But yeah. Next topic, guys. Well, I'm waiting for Marcus, so I don't know who has all the topics. I'm the guest. If you have a topic, Jay, put it up. I'll go from there.
My bad, bro. I was just sending the forwarded email out and stuff to other people that want to maybe hop on. But thank you for holding it down. My apologies, bro. But you're doing good.
Yeah. So, was there another point you wanted to speak on?
Yeah. I wanted to touch on are men's emotions ridiculed too much or not enough, or is it a balance in today's day and age compared to women?
So, do you have an example on that? So then I can touch on
I just meant like in a general sense, like if a man opens up, is it right to poke a little, make a little humor of it, like locker room talk of it, or is it to a point where it's like, all right, enough is enough. This isn't helping him. This is just hurting him.
Right. Well, and this is the next one, right? So, in most cases, they're not. I think, and this is the battle, right? Because if we're saying like one gender as a general viewpoint, right, doesn't have emotions one way or the other, and because I say this right now, because they can sit here like, let's say, right, on a general statement, like, right, let's say women say, well, men generally don't have emotions. Well, it's not because they don't have, it's merely because, well, A, they don't show it because they don't trust who they're dealing with to show that emotion, or B, it's because 9 times out of 10, those that don't have emotions, give or take, are a little bit more uphold within themselves, to where, they have a little bit more sense of control and understanding. Or what most people don't, quote unquote, stand by is the emotional intelligence, right? So, but I say it like this just for the build of conversation. I think in most cases, right? So let's think about emotions, not as far as ourselves, but as emotions when it comes to dealing with people, right? So, in a sense, a lot of women get involved with a certain dude that made them feel good about themselves and everything else. But, when they got to the, play the Dirty Dozens, when it came, it was gone. It was like, okay, well, that came, and then the next, boom, it was gone. It's like, now it was a whole base of betrayal in their minds, give or take. And it's like, well, damn, like, did you ever really cared about me at all? So it's like, in one sense, it's like, now you have to sit here and ask yourself, well, do men have emotions when it comes to dealing with people, when it comes to just, like, doing some ish like that, all right? And in most cases, you would say no. But my thing is, once again, that's understanding what those men are and then who are the others. Because now, if you just, put everyone in one same loop, it's like, well, then are you really questioning anything? Like, are you really questioning the man you're dealing with? Are you questioning who this person was, who you dealt with, and why they did what they did? Not really, right? So, yeah, just, so pigeonholing, guys into one whole bracket is not, is not good. So then it's like, because then it's like saying, oh, well, this person was this and this and that. It's like, okay, that's the person you dealt with, though. So it's like, who are these people you're dealing with that's constantly betraying your weaknesses, betraying who you are, betraying your feelings, right? But in that same sense, this is why I would flip it. The guys saying, like, who are you dealing with as far as, men or women that are betraying your feelings, that are taking you for granted and, throwing you by the wayside and throwing jokes. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some things that are jokeable, and then there's some things that aren't jokeable, right? And then I think you have to be just very discreet with knowing and setting those boundaries when those things come along the way. But then that's the whole point of, recognizing who you deal with, like who you're really dealing with overall. So when you have, friends or whoever you have overall, just recognize who you're dealing with and know how to deal with these people. And then as you go along, you know who to deal with on a personal level, on a higher personal level. You know how to deal with people on certain tangents. And then, you be able to control what is given and then what is not given overall, if that makes any morality sense. And then to Jay, he said, how the mind plays tricks on you. Yeah, see, that's where the mental comes in, right? So I look at that as saying, how does the mind play tricks on you? Honestly, the mind can play tricks on you like, it's like a crazy... Have you ever think to your mind in the sense of like water, but it's constantly turning and then you're getting sucked in? Like, that's how I look at it. But in the same sense, it also
like a sinkhole?
Yeah, like a sinkhole or like quicksand. That's how I look at it also. Because like I look at people's lives like this, right? Like when you feel like you're there and you're constantly struggling, like especially when it comes to like quicksand, you're struggling to try to get out of this, but you're not really being patient about that. It's like I always tell people this: when you get to an emotional status, you have to be very patient with this. There's no struggle hold to get out, because once you struggle that way, you're gonna do things that you're not even thinking about doing. You're just doing stuff. If you're not patient with the idea of trying to figure out why did this happen, or trying to figure out like how to maneuver these emotions, then you're honestly going to put yourself in more worse danger than you put yourself in. So that quicksand effect is you're only making the quicksand stronger and sucking you in fast to the point then you have no oxygen and you're trapped within the quicksand with no escape.
That makes sense. I mean, that makes actually good sense right there, what you said. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally, Wally made some sense and made a point. That's all I'm going to crap.
Man, but I always make sense. I just have to revise. That's all it is.
I'm so proud of him. Finally, he left out of his shell. And because of that, I'm showing him emotional support right now.
You're funny. Oh,
praise Jesus.
I'm not even good. Only with Marcus.
Yes, sir, the one and only. As of now, I want to say shout out to Anne-Marie Wentling. Anybody else who's coming through who I sent the link to. At the end of the day, at the end of this live, make sure to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Now, Cash App donations, PayPal. Unless Jay ever wants to download the app, he's welcome to it as well. Now let's go back to our regularly scheduled program. Now, Wally, here's another one. What should a man do when having to face this moment in his time when he's going to do something irrational with his emotions? What should he do?
Simple. Put yourself in isolation, first and foremost. I think alone time with yourself is very important at this point. If you reach this bar, you need to isolate yourself first and foremost and reset yourself. That's the first thing you need to do. After you get a little grip of yourself overall, then you need to join some type of, how I want to say this, like one of those groups, like those social men groups to rebuild, whatever you're dealing with talk to like find that type of group if there's anything out there, or wherever, and rebuild that. Or if lucky enough, if you still have your father, then maybe you should have a conversation with your father. Maybe he can help you, reassert yourself back into the fold of yourself. One or the other. If all those tend to fail out, then well, then of course the only final answer I have for you is it's time for you to consider therapy. Consider therapy.
Well said and well answered. Let me see. What's another one that I haven't? There was another question I had in mind, but I didn't write it down. This may be going down a little bit of different rabbit hole, or somewhat similar. But what is one of the worst things you've seen? It doesn't have to be you, but more of a friend or a family member, without saying their name, of a thing where they went downhill from time A to time B, with their emotional or mental state was just so messed up. Can you describe a moment or in time for somebody else that you know?
That went through those I'm trying to figure this one out.
Like from the moment you saw him at his most highest, and then you saw him all of a sudden, like, damn, like what happened to his,
Right. So, yeah, okay. I know one person. One person was pretty much at their high point, their highest days of their livelihood. I think that moment where he, in my own opinion, in a sense, he sort of shrank down was the passing of his grandmother. I think that was the big one. How do I know this for sure? From where he was at the top of his moment, he had a decent bill of health, but the next time that I saw him, and I heard about the news, he gained some weight, and I don't know for sure, but from my honest viewpoint, it could be, if it was very much personal for him to see his grandmother pass away, it could have led to a point where he was just eating away his fame, as an example.
Okay, that's good, bro. I appreciate your answer. I'll probably describe someone I know that was a family member of mine, a relative. And they went through something horrible because they kind of lost themselves. Maybe you might know who I'm talking about, Wally, because we talked in the back end.
Right.
Family member who ended up picking the wrong guys to date. It technically started, even though the turning point was when she found her husband cheating on her. I think it stems from even younger. It usually has like a root to it, right? Everything has a root to it.
Right.
And maybe it could have been her childhood, more than likely, but I think the lack of that father in her life, that her dad wasn't really there for her. And then my mom, I kind of gave it away. Her mom, right? Her mom kind of, being with another man, and also growing up and raising the other siblings, and obviously the British Mick hater in the building, Simon Hectic with his stanky fish and chip breath.
Ninjas in effect. Hey, it's not my problem that they have this show.
Yeah. Did you send him the link too, Wally?
No, he has the channel. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, send him the link just in case. Hold on. And I also want to do a shout out real quick to Black Men Unfiltered Network. please check out his
I'm pretty
channel,
sure the
man.
link is in the chat.
Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Black Men Unfiltered. And he has great content. He's there Monday, Tuesdays. No, probably not. I don't know if Monday. So yeah, sometimes he does Mondays, Tuesdays, usually Wednesday stream. He has a barbershop talk. Sometimes he has even panels too with like the salon on Fridays every other time. And then also on Tuesdays as well. Great conversation. And he has one for Shushu and Mandrell. 6:30, I believe it's 8:30 Central Time. 8:30 Central. And so that's 6:30 in the West Coast. That'll be 9:30 p.m. I believe in the East Coast. That's correct. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to his channel. Leave a comment, and also hit his Cash App, his PayPal, and Super Chats, man. He's a real one. So, but yeah, back real quick to the conversation. And also make sure you hit the link, like, share, subscribe to Simon Hectic. He said that's EFX. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Simon Hectic. As much as you try to tolerate his voice, and he picks the goalpost and moves it and runs it the other direction when he tries to make his own conversation. But
AKA being shady, Marcus.
yeah, hit the link, like, subscribe to his channel as well. Great content, great conversations. Also, leave a comment in his.
Oh no, that channel will be, our channel will be soonly made, so it'll be recreated. Yeah,
perfectly imperfect. But just going back to what I was talking about originally, when she found her man cheating on her, that kind of took a toll for its own thing. But then again, it's kind of like she didn't take a stop to it either, because originally her husband and her were be always throwing these parties and stuff and kickbacks at their house. And it was just to a point where it got really, really like out of hand. Everybody's getting drunk, and some people were getting high and shit and on weed, or whatever else they want to do. But then after she saw that, because that was probably her at the time, they had a house, they had a couple cars, 2-story house, a backyard, pool. Usually the kind of ideal home you want to have for your kid growing up, right? And they had everything they needed, but it was just a very, at times, toxic relationship. But it didn't work out. So after that, she went from relationship to relationship with different men, and men that weren't the best suitors, if you know what I'm saying, right? The ones that weren't the best prospects to court her, And some of these men some of them were single fathers, which isn't wrong or not, because there's good single fathers out there. But some of them weren't on their shit, or some of them were just single men that didn't have kids that would just fuck up sometimes too. But I'm still looking at her like, you're still choosing these men, You're going down worse and worse every time. So it was just frustrating, man. And so it was tough to watch from afar, and up close at times. And so, she eventually got into dangerous law-breaking men. To pretty much, it was about men and drugs. And then later on, it was about men, drugs, and committing crimes. And then basically, it was just about drugs and committing crimes. And then getting herself locked up. And it was tough, because there were times where she was living out in certain places where homeless people would be, the tweakers would be. Just some experience that she shared. So, she lost custody of her kid, and now the kid's with her father, which is what should happen. It should have happened before, but it ended up regardless, like years ago. Man, and the kid's better off with his dad, my nephew. So, but they moved already, I think, out of state, and so it is what it is. Life moves on.
Yeah, those are those tough moments in life, right? This is why, life is not a game. You gotta be very careful who you choose to, how I say this, engage with, because The next person can fuck up your whole vibe, and the next thing you know, it's like fucking up your whole life. Well, eventually you will fuck up your own life as well because you choose to be around these people. But yeah,
Don't be a buddy fudger. Yeah, and also Canadian born. If you're out there, please hit the link or Voodoo Witch Doctor. Also, the link is at the top. If anybody's still here, Simon, Blackman Unfiltered, Anne Marie, anybody else that's like watching right back. But hopefully, y'all enjoying the show, and we just want to have a chill conversation. Canadian born, this is for you too. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. There you go. So I appreciate this conversation that we need to have. Seems like there's sometimes certain things happening in these YouTube streets that you see, and you kind of just want the best for people. You want them in the perfect sound mind, and they're good people. I think at the end of it, I think sometimes we're going through our rough patches, and that's what it's called, trials and tribulations. So
right.
It's all with love. It's all with respect. And even though at times, relationships are tough, networking sometimes can sometimes lead to a falling out. And, just not everybody's meant to get along, right? Or be along with the same ride. Some get off on one stop and others get on the next stop, like a bus.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You want to touch up on a little bit, Wally?
I mean, yeah, you're perfectly right. I say it like this, life is like a river in a sense, right? There's some boulders that are not movable, and those are the people that will be there for the ride. And there's other boulders or other pebbles or rocks that will flow right down through the stream on a different area of the landscape. So it's like, hey, some of us are going to be in one section, another of us are going to be in another section. If I had to use another example, all of us can't climb the same cliff. There's people that we have that are behind us climbing that we're holding up, and really we have to start letting them go because they're not doing nothing to help or, improve your livelihood. So eventually, you gotta let people go. Hashtag, who do we trust? I trust that life that's always going to be a pain in the ass. That's what I trust.
Who would you say you trusted?
Huh?
Who would you say you trusted?
I said, when you put it up, you said, like, who do we trust? I said life. So we all know that life is a mother.
That's true. That's very true. Somebody told me, dude, it's like you're not meant to have a lot of close friends. You're only supposed to have a handful of close friends, or it's only going to work out that way, right?
Right.
I see that point, but then again, the number can get bigger if you can actually vet a lot more people thoroughly. I think the reason why some people end up with little to no friends is because I don't think they vetted the right ways and they didn't see the signs, they didn't catch on to it,
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe that in itself can get your process of elimination out of the way of people that don't really need to be in your life. I want to say shout out real quick to Jerome Patton Films. Hey man, if you want the links at the top, if you want to click on it, show some love. But I think we have a guest. Hold on. It is Jerome. Listen, this guy's from Chicago. He loves the deep dish pizza. He loves Ninja Turtles. He loves the Rangers. He loves, just a lot of badass stuff. It's like anime, good movies, good content, and good conversation. Let me welcome to the building, Jerron Patton.
What's happening, y'all?
What's up, Jerron?
How y'all doing?
Good, bro. How you doing?
How about you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
So, how was your day?
Good.
What did you like anything you were listening to that we were talking about? Conversation.
I just got here. I just listened to every word you guys say,
Oh man, that's good. Well, we were just talking about like men's emotions and is it balanced? Is it out of balance? Is it crazy? Is it? And we also this isn't just for men. This is for women as well. Like what you've observed or what you've heard in public in these YouTube streets, in conversations. The interactions they have, or is the emotional state balanced or off the hinges, or a little bit of both?
To be honest, I don't know what to describe it, but I think it's kind of both. My emotions that for me as a human being, that people look at me like as a sensitive guy, but like if I because people look at me like I take things really seriously, but people gotta realize where I'm coming from. Like I'm not that sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Because every time, like, if everything happens to this person, we gotta do something about it. You cannot just not just ignored what bad situations is going on around here. Like I'm not a lazy ass person. That's not who I am. I'm the type of guy who wants to be outdoors. I'm the type of guy who wants to make a difference. I'm the type of guy who wants to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy that just wanted to just have social life that I have, you know what I'm saying? Like I spend time with my family most of my life, but I don't have friends, you know what I'm saying? I don't have friends in real life. Like I have friends online. I have you guys, but in real life, no. And people gonna say like, when you make friends online, that's not your real friends. Like, fuck you, okay? You right?
My man, Jerron. Hey, I'm gonna say this about Jerron. All the people in the chat, all the people that ever get interact with him, I respect his honesty. That's something that's to be important to be had, because I love people that have no filter, that just cuss sometimes, because deep down that means they really mean it. They're not full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like and appreciate it. But continue, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies.
It's all good. It's all good, bro. You say what you gotta say. But now, well, what I was saying? Oh yeah. So like, my emotions that like, that I have every right to live my own life. Like I deserve to like just go my own way, and I don't want like just like people to run my life. I don't need no babysit. I don't need people to tell me to do this and do that. Not to travel and not to do this or anything like that and like that. Like I'm fine. Sorry, excuse me. I'm fine. I'm a grown ass man, okay? I'm not no baby. I'm not no teenager. I'm an adult. I'm 31. Like, come on now. Why do I have my 31-year-old self now doing absolutely nothing? Yesterday, I went to the beach with my family. That's it. But I feel like it's not enough. Like it's not enough for me like to just do even more activities. Like just sit around and do absolutely nothing. Like lazy ass people. Like I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. And I hated it ever since. I fucking hated it.
Tell me why. Can you elaborate on that, just for the people, the viewers, like they can explain?
Well, if you spend some time with your family, your friends, will you spend your time with your family, you do something, and then after that you don't do absolutely nothing. Will you have friends? Will you want to spend some time with them? You do activities like social life and shit. That's doing everything. And then for me, I feel like people look at me, judging me in the future. Like imagine what people calling me a lazy ass bum. Not doing absolutely nothing. Well, they don't fucking know me, bro. Like if I let a person say something behind my back, I'm gonna say to them like, if you got something to say to me, say it to my face. Because I'm not finna go back and forth with you because I don't know you. I don't fucking know you, bro. So like, do you really then want to take that kind of shit? No, absolutely not. Like, you deserve to do what you gotta do. For me, as a black man, as a person of color, I deserve to do what I gotta do to live my own life and travel around the world and then just get my dreams and goals and opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Those are my goals. I've been saying that all of my life. All of my life. Everything. I cannot just not just stand here and then do absolutely nothing. That's not the type of person I am. I ain't no lazy ass bum. I don't know what I say, bum. Like I'm not lazy, okay? Shit. Like, can I just do something then? Can I just go out? Can I just do something about it? Like, come on now. Got to do activities. Got to have a social life. I never had that shit. But my brothers and sisters did. My middle sister, my little brother did. And what I have? Nothing. Nothing. And that sucks. Because I'm not afraid to say how I feel. I'm not afraid. Because this is some bullshit that I have to deal with, and based on my emotions of how I feel. They don't, and people don't even give a fuck how I feel. Like, if you don't give a fuck how I feel, stay the fuck away from me. Because you're wasting my time. And you feel like that I'm wasting your time because you don't want to hear what I have to say. So like, if y'all dealing with that situation like that, stand up for yourself, okay? I'm afraid a little, but I'm not going to. Because as a grown man, as an adult, as a person of color, you have to live your own life. You cannot let your parents count on you, okay? You cannot keep counting on your parents all the time. Do something about it. Live your own life. Don't sit in the house, do absolutely nothing. You gotta just live your own life and go your own way. Like, come on now. A grown man should never keep living in your parents' house. A grown man should not leverage just whining and complaining because he has nothing. You see me whine and complain? Hell no. You don't hear me whine and complain. Like, it's a part for you being a man, being an adult, stand up for yourself. Do what you gotta do. And try not to care what Let me rephrase that. Try not to care what others think. That's exactly what you have to do. Do I care? Do I care what other people think? No. But the only thing that I personally do not care is these stupid ass dating coaches care so much about other brothers, other black men traveling around the world, and that bothers me the most. Why the fuck do you care about other brothers traveling around the world? Can you answer that question? What do you care? Why? Because you got nothing else to do? You got better things to do? Like you have no life? Like who you are, that their mother, their father, their siblings and everything? Like what the fuck do you care? Why the fuck do you care? I'm telling you why. Because you are a bunch of fucking dick policing losers. That's exactly what you are. I'm not trying to speak for myself. I'm not only speaking for myself, I'm speaking for the brothers out there. I'm speaking for them. You have every right to do what you gotta do, including Asian men and white men too, Mexican men too. You have every right to do what you gotta do. Traveling around the world, get your passport, live your own life. Listen, try not to care what other people think. And they're gonna call you a lame, a sucker, and weak. Fuck them. Fuck their feelings. Fuck what they stand for. Fuck their problems, their issues, and fuck their buffoonery. Fuck them. Because I really do not give a fuck of what they think. Do I care? No. Personally, I do not care. Because I don't have a passport yet. Because in the future, I'm taking my ass out of the United States. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I deserve to have a good life, and so the other brothers out there too. I'm glad that I got this off my chest. I got this shit out of my chest. What y'all got to say about this?
Thank you for sharing, brother. Right before we let anybody else go, I want to welcome somebody else. And I appreciate what you just opened up and shared about Jaron. I really do respect you. I want to welcome this bruv, this son of a Mick, Austin Powers, Harry Potter, reading, fish and chips eating, mother loving, Simon Hectic. What's up, Simon? Welcome to the building. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
What's up, fish and chips?
Daily. What's up, bros? Piece of the panel. What's up, Wally?
What's going on?
What's up? Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
Crazy energy markers,
Hey.
Salute to the brother on the panel. I respect your views, man.
Thank
to come
you.
up to come up here and just like
To open up and be honest,
Yeah. Send me an email, man. I swear to God. Connect. Thanks, Jay. I know Jay's got some stuff. He doesn't need to let me on his panel.
You're
This is a
welcome,
chill out
sir.
zone.
Sir, you're welcome. By my
I'm a bit,
grace,
I'm
I'm
a bit
royalty
high
here.
pitched. I'm a bit high pitched like my bitch,
What the-
but
Oh my god.
What in the deuce?
Let me just. He needs to be put in timeout real quick. Let me drop him down real quick. Yeah,
No,
we
bring
need
it
to
back
take
on
candle
2
him.
seconds.
Yes, yes. He needed to be on timeout for a little bit. Welcome back, sir.
she just be giving me some high energy. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay, bro. It's okay, bro. So, real quick before Simon goes, Wally, did you want to have a take into what Jerron said before we move on to Simon?
I mean, with all things, I mean, it's like I said, you know, people's opinions will only slow you down, right? Because like once again, it's like the moment you say it, and honestly, I say it like this. In some cases, they're not one way or another. It's like if people are going to take their passports and go to another place, another country, to go do something, it offends them. Why? Because in a lot of cases, and I say this for the viewpoint of a man to a woman, in a lot of cases, it's like, well, wait a minute, you're gonna do something that you can't do here, and it's like, well, wait a minute, why you can't do what you're doing over there, over here? But you're gonna do like, why are you gonna transfer your service and your time and everything else that you are willing to do as a man, as you say you would, but you can do it somewhere else? Why you can't do it here? And mainly, like once again, it's like even if I told you, like, what are you gonna do about it, right? So I mean, I take it like that. It's like, you know, what people do is what people do. You know, at the end of the damn day, at this point, I know people want to try to do the whole community vibe in a sense of saving that, you know, that image. But let's be real here, that community is gone. People too much knuckleheads to see, you know, the real message in the sauce. Because no matter how motherfuckers want to say out, want to, you know, speak it out here, it's like no matter what, no one's catching the clue. So, you know, man, time has took its toll. So I was like, you know what, we're dead.
Am I allowed to say something about that?
Yeah, Simon, go ahead.
All right, so I'm just gonna try and put this into perspective.
No, you cannot speak. Just kidding. Go for it.
I'm just saying, the reason why you're able to sit in your house and be comfortable and have all these things around you, like the washing machine, the dryer, the sink, the tub, all these conveniences that makes your life comfortable. You switch on the light switch, you can walk into the shower, you can go into the bath. It's because of international communication and the fact that people were able to build businesses and work with each other. It's really strange that we've got to a point where we do not acknowledge that. You know, the toothpaste you use when you wake up in the morning, and anything in this present time and thereafter, if you have children, what you're going to be teaching them is something that's been brought to you from people who have traveled internationally. It's not come from your hometown. You cannot make out what life is from your hometown. Why do we have a problem with this? Why is it so difficult? You know, realistically, we've been brought the biggest opportunity on earth in terms of connecting with people on a different scale. So you're not having to pick up a telephone and try to make paperweight conversations with people and have a blacklist and a black book. you're able now to just go, okay, I'm speaking to someone online. But yeah, it just seems so difficult for some strange reason. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Can I go nuclear for a moment? I just realized this. Can I go nuclear for a moment?
Go ahead.
Right. So for me, this is one thing I also sit here and say, because at a point, this is one thing, right? We have these conversations trying to quote unquote save communities and everything else, and save the value system and all that and the box of rocks. But let's be real about one thing. If we come to a point where saving the community is a dead project, right? Then I'm going to throw the biggest curveball in the room, because I know when anyone hits this shit, they're going to be like, you mother. But at this point, then, if we're going to throw that away and there is no protecting or saving the Black community no matter what, then can we honestly sit here and say that we can put racism in the dirt then? Can we put it away then? Is that going to be the case?
You can't. Let me say this, Wally.
No. And let me say why. Let me say why, though. Let me say why. Because let's be real. What's going to be the point if... Okay, think about this. Black woman is going to sit here and say, oh, I was just hit with racism. But my thing is, you do not date or associate with Black men, though. So my thing is, what racism are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm fucked up for saying this, but I'm throwing it out there just for the heck of it. Because if this is what the whole thing is all about, we talk about these things, talking about saving the community and all that, but then at the same time, then we want to talk about, oh, y'all men don't just have options, we have options too. We can motherfucking date out and all this. Okay. So then I'm going to say this. Is it possible we can sit here and say we can throw this race in the dirt then? See?
Let me say this, because I got to be real honest with you. You can't not save everyone in the Black community. That is my opinion. You cannot save everyone. Why? Because some Black people, our people, they chose to throw their lives away. They chose to be out on the streets. If they want to be racist to other people, that's their problem. If they wanted to choose to talk to us any kind of way and turn our backs on us, so be it. But let me say this to you. I am different. I get along with other people from all kinds of race. I'm not some Pookie and Ray Ray thuggish motherfucker. That's not me. I was raised better. I never throw my life away. I never been on the streets. I was raised better. Like I said before, my parents had done everything in their power to protect me. What was going on in the real world, they were there. They told me to do better because you were blessed. I was blessed to raise better. But some of those kids out there, they don't have that. Some of them don't have their father figures, their mother figures, stealing, being on the streets, doing stupid shit. None of that is not my problem. And they want to bring this race car. And then, that because I have interest in the things and you calling me lame doesn't mean I don't have to listen to your internet ass. You can call me whatever you want. You can call me a geek. You can call me, I'm going to say this, Uncle Tom. You can call me the C word called coon. You can call me whatever you want. But like I said, I do not give a flying fuck. I don't. Because they don't know me. They don't know me. Do you know how many times, how many celebrities be calling other black people that word that I mentioned, Uncle Tom? Because they're not happy with their lives. Some other black people are making a difference. Some of them who are doctors, lawyers, police officers, firefighters, and some of them who are mayors, and some of them who are actors and actresses and athletes. Some of them who done talk shows in the past, late night talk shows. Some of them who are in superhero movies and action movies and then all that stuff does not make them an Uncle Tom or a coon. Because one of y'all jealous ass motherfuckers don't got no better things to do. You try really hard to save the black community. Well, let me tell you this. I know it's gonna sound harsh, but it's the truth. You can't not save everyone. You can't. You can't. They don't want to be saved because they chose the wrong path. They chose their path. But we chose the right path. And we are doing better. But those other black people, they chose the wrong path out there. But us, we chose the right path to never throw our lives away. They gotta understand. If they want to bully us and insult us, we don't give a fuck. We don't. Let them say what they want to say because we just finna ignore their asses and live our good life. Because I don't want to hear that crybaby shit, that whining and complaining. I do not want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. If they want to be that way, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Give me a quick shout out real quick to the Great Predator. That's an interesting name. The Great Pretender. The Great Pretender. There you go.
Well, it's really Predator, but okay.
Well, 10 is spelled T-E-N, so I call it the Great Pretender. But the topic so far
We know
is
who
just,
does.
So
I just
son.
I just got this off my chest, and
Yeah.
Read that,
No.
Simon. Read that.
No, we appreciate that, bro. What do you say? You want me to read something?
Yeah, just read what's on the right down there in the banner, real quick, Simon.
Yeah, okay. Do y'all agree with the Mick?
I'm just kidding.
Was that okay?
Yeah, you did great.
No, I just wanted to speak to the brother because what he did right there, is poignant, and not a lot of people are able to do that. So I think we need to get I don't know if you have a hand clap sound or some shit, but like
No.
we need to give some props to this bro over here because he did that thing. He did that thing. And he's got the whole mics up. Yo, give me an email, man. Send me an email. Because, goddamn, there's not a lot of brothers out there.
With that said,
Serious,
Pico Marcus will be back.
Marcus is tending to his dog.
No. Slight technical issue.
Yeah. Nah, but I'm just saying, like the bro on the other side to me. Respect to you, because I think I was actually thinking about this today because we've done like a lot of streams and stuff, and we was going back and forth and doing all sorts of stuff. And I was just reviewing things, and there's just a very limited percentage of people out here that are willing to turn around and speak the truth in a very commercial way. You've got your whole shit set up. You've obviously thought about this, and now like you're projecting. So I was listening. I have nothing bad to say about anything that you just said there, and I think a lot of young people will benefit from that, to be honest.
I'm glad that everybody else just hear what I have to say about my opinions. And I just want people to like to just relate to the words that I just said.
In relation to what?
Like what I just said.
Yeah, but you got to be specific. Bring up a point, because you brought up a lot. So
I brought up a lot of points.
So we can talk about it. If you take a piece, just take a piece. Maybe we can go from there. Maybe.
Well, I will say this, just to add contrary. The reason why I brought up that wild statement, even though it's not that much wild yet, but the reason why I brought that up is because, you know, this is the whole thing, right? My thing is, I mean, regardless, I mean, I'm not talking about saving all. I'm talking about saving those that are willing to be cooperative in a sense, overall, anyways. But this goes to show a lot of things, right? Because let's be real here. If these women, these divestors, which we will eventually have to call them, eventually separate themselves and get into those type of situations, you can't sit back and sit here and say, oh, you know, he did this and that, and then pull the card. Now it's like, okay, now it's fair grounds. It's fair grounds. You don't earn that type of respectful inquiry. So it's like, now it's like, okay, well, you better hope, God forbid, that doesn't happen to you. Because if it does, that is your ass. That is your ass.
It is, but at the same time, like, I think, I don't know, I didn't really want to get into this because I wanted to get into this on our platform, but like, we're
not, well, yeah, but you know how it is. That's why I'm only that's why I'm like picking choosing this.
Totally. I think there's a point, and there's something that's past the conversations that we normally have as men in terms of dealing with stuff that we'll probably get onto a bit later. And, you know, if anyone wants to chime in with us on that, that's cool. But there is a pass point, and I can actually just speak on this based on not just, you know, I've not been just like in like a 3-month, 6-month relationship, like 10 years, okay? So, and post that. So right. it's really about sort of, and you know, talking about marriage, divorce, all the whole cycle. Not even got into that, like, so. I know a lot of people they're at a place where it's just like, I don't know what's going on.
Right. Here's another reason why I also brought that up, because, and I want to make sure I get this out before I forget it, so I'm about to forget it. Another reason why I say this is because it's really telling to our community. Because, you know, I mean, I'm not ultimately fixed on the whole premise that we have to be quote unquote married to each other to build community. Like, no, community starts at the people and the individuals in that shit. And that's how I look at it. And if we can't have no common ground with each other as far as being just people, then my thing is, it just goes to show you, even a small stance that's still at the high order, there's no simple stance of just even communicating with people. It's like, all right, you know what? You want to be stuck in your head and you're stuck in your ways and whatnot. So, okay, yeah, cool, bye.
All right.
Just don't expect shit from me.
God,
yeah. And that's what the thing.
Marcus let the guy up.
It's Jay. He can let himself up.
He
should be able to let himself up.
God damn. Where's Marcus at?
No,
Brother.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just letting y'all talk, but Jay's
Brother, like brother to the left. I swear to God, like what you said today was poignant.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, that's
Hey Jay.
What's up, Jay?
Say Jay.
No, listen. The reason why I can't come on by because I got my phone. My phone is not like my desktop. My desktop can always let me up. But I love the conversation you guys are having. I've been having you guys in the background while I'm freaking working over here. You guys can see. I got my cats over here just working out.
Oh yeah. See, you at the Planet Fitness?
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh shit.
Trust me, man.
They have 24 hours over there?
Yeah, we're for 24 hours here, bro. You didn't know? It's 10 o'clock over
then
here.
you get
About to be.
yeah, because I would have picked the 24 hours. I would what?
Yeah, bro. I could be here to 1 a.m. if I wanted to.
Damn.
I ain't gonna work out that long. I'm about to be done in the next not 15, in the next 25 minutes. I got a couple more things to work up on, and I'm gonna head home and I'm gonna hop on the stream so we can all so we can enjoy our conversation. But I love the topics you guys are all talking about. My man Jaron. There we go. Jaron. Simone. I'll call him Simone on purpose, but Simon, Wally, and my man Marcus.
They all do that. That's cool.
Ugh, trust me, I'm sweating like a motherfucker over here, man. Freaking doing all these.
Salute to the great co-host. That is Marcus. You know, there's some technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Wally should join us.
Fuck you very much, Wally. Fuck you very much.
No, but like I said, I want to congratulate you guys on doing such a great job right now. Like I said, can't be on as much as you can right now, but trust me, I'll be on tonight. I have a day off tomorrow, but I'll be on a little bit later on once I finish out my workout. I just wanted to congratulate you guys on doing such a great job. And this brother, trust me, this brother got to work on his lower back right now. So like I said, y'all have a great convo. I'll be on a little bit later. Peace out.
All right.
Salute.
So yeah, that's just why I wanted to hit it. I think, when it comes to these communities, I just don't want to just sit there and premise like we should just be premise community as just far as people getting married. It's about all of us, the connection. Because it doesn't matter if it's community amongst men or community amongst women, but my things once again is a community amongst all. And when we cannot even be able enough to communicate amongst each other, to lead each other into a better life or building a better image of our community wherever we are in that area, this is what it comes down to. But then you mad at the next man or the next brother or the next sister for leaving and moving on up. What the fuck?
Right. Exactly.
Ain't no damn sense.
Uh-huh.
Was there a topic?
Or was it just like freestyling or?
No. The topic the topic that Marcus hit on before it was just I think it was a simple point of today's topic is do men have right.
Yeah, so basically, real quick rundown. Men have emotions. Does it affect their physical, mental, and emotional state? What were some significant examples of people, relatives, friends, etc., without saying names? I said whatever, of things where they went from their all-time high to the low, or from their low to the all-time high. A good, negative, a positive example of it, and what's needed, or what's the situation, what's a solution or a possible tip to help somebody out.
I think all right, so I think sort of like pulling up pillars sets a standard. So like when women talk about they're emotional, or when men talk about women are emotional, I would say men are temperamental, and they're not necessarily emotional, but they deal with things in a kind of different way. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. We're listening.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And I do think that we need to differentiate that thing, because for too far and long, You know, it's like when women turn around and say men are toxic. There's no rebuttal. There's no one that's turned around and said, "Well, what's toxicity in terms of how women see men being toxic?" But I would say men are more temperamental, based on not their emotions, but just their triggers. They're about to snap on someone real quick.
Temperamental, you made it better.
Yeah, they're about to snap on someone real quick, where women will think about it. Because women won't pull up their fist. They may ball up their fist, but they're not about to hit someone real quick. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone, and they may be in a situation where they're your next thing, and you're talking to them or something, and they're like, "Oh, you know, this woman's really fucking around with you. Like, she's really playing around with you. Like, what if she took a hit?" So they'll ball up their fist. They'll go at an next female, but they're not going to go at an next male in the same way. But men don't deal with things like that. Men will snap real quick.
Exactly.
I will give a little pushback because I want to introduce some foresight to it and just say that
I'm with Mark a little bit.
The number of women that are causing to be more physical, more violent, have increased exponentially. You know, and one of the main statistics is that the most violent, most reported of domestic violence is usually lesbian couples. So that in itself is showing the proof that it's more violent, that's more reported, that's more documented. And also whether it's teenage girls, young adults, or older women, depending on the state of life, what they've been through. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it's something that needs to be fixed, and they need to check themselves on it.
Right. Yeah, he has a point there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just like men who are really acting like this, and then the domestic violence thing. I hated that. I hated it with a passion because no man should never put their hands on a woman, and no woman should never put their hands on a man. If they acting like this, that they're no good. You know what I'm saying? And the other part, like if some of us as men, if some women who think that way, that we are the enemy, talk about like you're toxic, you're misogynist, you're this and that, like, no, you don't know us. And like if you say something that really gonna piss us off, you're gonna talk to us any kind of way and disrespect us, do not talk to me. All you got to do is just walk away. Walk away. And if they will go too far, press charges and call the police. I'm saying that. I'm telling you this right now.
Sorry.
I'm telling this right now. If a woman trying to put your hands on you and talk to you any kind of way, call the fucking police and charge them for assault. Don't put your hands on them and don't offend and don't put your hands on them. Call the police. If they can continue to put your hands on them, at least just do it as self-defense. Do it as self-defense, and then call the police. Because they wanted to play the victim. Well, guess what? They're not the goddamn victims, and you're not the center of somebody else's universe. You are the one that's toxic.
All right. Marcus, I'm just going to ask you a question. Right? I'd love to have a conversation with your brother about this subject that's just been pulled out. Are you going to allow me to do that or not?
No.
All right. There we go.
I'm just kidding. I will. No, what was the subject you want to talk about?
It's just the intricacy of it.
Can you elaborate that?
That it doesn't necessarily happen like that. So
as far as how?
So like what I'd ask the brother is, have you ever been in a situation like that?
Have I?
Have you ever been in a situation where a woman has put hands on you?
Yeah, to be honest, yes. Like when I was in high school, like
Nah,
one of my
I'm not talking about high school. I'm talking about you as an adult. To be fair.
no, I haven't. Like based on my past, I've been through that most of it, but not a lot.
Yeah.
But now years and years later, now this present, no, because I'm all about classy woman, not trashy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, I mean, I think like as teenagers, as young people, we all go through stuff, but it's totally different as an adult. Like, and if you're invested in someone in particular, you don't need to necessarily be married. Like, you could be in a relationship for 3 years, 6 years. The moment that person turns around and put hands on you, when you like put that person in your house, they're familiar with you. That's a complete different game. And for them to turn around and call the police on you.
well,
real quick, because I gotta shut somebody out. I have to introduce her to public chat. She's been here before, but I appreciate her showing support like always. Beautifully animated speaks. She says, "Hey, at J Takashi, panel and chat. Much love, much support to you too, beautifully animated." Continue.
okay.
I ju-
Will
I
you
just-
say?
I just think that's totally different. I don't think a lot of men or proclaimed men have experienced that.
I think that's probably just your observation, but that doesn't mean that men actually don't go through it. Whether you're a man that's a boy, teenager, an adult, I've seen that in all different aspects.
Yeah, no, we see it, but have you actually experienced it? That's what I'm saying. It's not
Well, I have, but before I let you go, I want to introduce somebody. He's Oakland's own Golden State Warrior rocking, Oakland Raider repping, Raider Nation, truck driving,
Oh, boy.
Tommy B.
What they do? Fuck.
And he dropped himself.
And
man.
damn.
That's probably bad connection.
We got a couple more.
But
I'm just saying this for the youth because it's like,
Hold on, Simon.
All right.
Damn it, he dropped again. Never
Let
mind.
me
Go
speak,
for it, Simon.
motherfucker.
man, Tommy, man, stop moving, cuz.
Messing up the flow.
Oh man. I mean, if I can do a quick intervene.
Shout out to Jay, man. God damn it. Jay pulled this shit off. How did he do it? I don't know. Shout out to Jay.
Simple. It's with Marcus. He does it with Marcus.
Yeah, Simon. Show some freaking respect.
That's how he does it.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to-
yeah, if I can intervene real quick. So to the earlier point that you meant on what you said, women are emotional, but men are temperamental. Yeah, temperamental. Yeah, see, this is why I always got to make sure of things because, everything's all in context. And here's the reason why I had to look this up. Because, so temperamental, right? So it's an adjective of a person liable to unreasonable changes of mood, right? So there's a shift in the gear. But notice one thing I want you to make sure of, right? The words that are familiar or in same meaning as temperamental. One of the biggest ones is emotional. And this is why I had a
Exactly.
see, but that's my whole thing, right? So when we sit here and say that women are emotional,
hold on, Wally.
but then,
Hold on, Wally.
Yeah.
Let me just finish.
Yeah.
I want to, as I was saying, we got the Oakland Raider repping, Golden State Warrior champion, truck driving, and possibly a Navy seaman in the panel, Tommy B.
What
I
they
wasn't no
do?
goddamn Navy SEAL fool.
I know.
What was that,
What's
everybody?
up, Tommy?
What's going on, bro?
We need some sound effects up in here for Tommy B.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Shit, chilling, man.
Yes, sir. Real quick, the topic, Tommy, so far we're at right now is about men and like, you know, experiencing domestic violence and stuff like that, and you know, see if you've seen it, if you've gone through it, or you know someone that's gone through it, and they reacted in a right way. Because right is subjective, right at that moment sometimes, or the smart way. What's your take on it?
My little brother just got out of jail for it with his wife. Because of the type of chicks that I be dealing with, I done dealt with it before. Yeah, I done seen it a lot. The best thing is just to get away if you're a dude. It ain't fair, but that's the best way to handle it if you can. I've always, I'm a big guy, so I've always, for the most part, been able to control.
How tall are you again?
6'4".
You hear that, ladies?
So, it definitely needs to be taken more serious. I always use it as an example. We grew up watching I Love Lucy and literally watching her slap the shit out of him every single episode, and we laugh. And it literally, if you take that same show and you put it in reverse and have him slapping her, everybody would have been having a heart attack. So, you know, it ain't fair, but it is what it is.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, if you dragged it back to like the 1930s, that would have been normal.
What would have been normal? Her slapping him?
No, the reverse.
I can't say that because I can't watch TV and literally watch dudes beating the shit out of women. Like, people like to say that, but literally art imitates life. So you can't go find movies and TV shows where they dog walking chicks.
Okay, yeah, but did you hear what I said? Like, if you dragged it back to the 1930s and a man was beating on a woman, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, that's what we like to say, but again,
No, it's not a say thing. It's facts.
no, it's not facts. I think it would have been as big.
All right, okay.
Damn, can I talk?
Let him finish, Simon. Let him finish.
I agree it wouldn't be as much outrage as it is today, but people try to act like that was the norm, as if you was just walking down the street and the nigga just knock a female out and you just keep it walking. I don't think that's accurate. Now, again, do I think the whole world would have shitted if Ricky Ricardo slapped Lucy like they would have now? No, but even today, we still don't look back on Lucy and go, "Oh my gosh, she was slapping him every episode. Let's ban it." It's still played. Nobody's ever jumped on I Love Lucy and said we shouldn't play that because she's slapping the shit out of a man every episode. But if you flip that around, that shit would have been canceled. But I think we like to look back on those days and act like, you know, 90% of the men was just knocking the shit out of women. I don't think that's accurate. And I say that because if you look at the arts don't show you that. And the arts usually show you what's going on in society. You can't go back to the days and listen to records about dudes talking about beating the shit out of chicks. You can't listen to records about chicks talking about them getting the shit beat out of them. You don't see paintings where dudes are beating the shit out of them. And you don't necessarily see movies where dudes are just walking around beating the shit out of women. Like, we have this thing. Go ahead.
You do.
So you have movies in mass in the 1930s where dudes are just dog walking chicks all over the place.
Oh, personal perspective. It's just what I watch.
But he's talking from a general majority standpoint, Simon.
I understand that, but it's more modern. It's more of a modern sort of mind state in terms of comparison, where realistically women did not have rights back then. So, like, if you had a woman in your house, you could do what the fuck you wanted to do, like, and no one would say shit because there was no television. Like, we're in a world right now that is just, everything is media, everything is mass focused on ideology, images, videography, and everything. So to put that into the perspective of a 2022 world post-pandemic and say it didn't happen? Why did women have to fight for rights? You know, because if that was the case, that wouldn't have taken place. And that's just what it is. And I don't have any disagreement with the brother. I'm just saying that's just what it is. It's the same way black people had to do the same damn thing. So if you're going to deny and be, you know, incredulent about the way you're looking at that, this is the problem with the black society. You want to take what we're looking at
Simon,
right
can
now.
I stop you real quick right there?
Yes, of course you can, Marcus.
All right, I'm going to list the name of shows, of family shows. And I'll tell you examples where the man got hit, but the woman never got hit.
Hold on. Not even that, Marcus. Hold on. Do I have to even think of finding a video of black people getting their ass whooped? No. It's an easy Google search.
Color purple.
Hold on. You haven't named not one show where a dude was beating the shit out of a woman.
I just said, no.
Name it.
Color purple.
That show was literally pointing out the problem, bro. Nobody looked at that nigga and said, oh, he's a hero.
No, wait a second. You just asked me a question, right? And I told you that was that. Bookmark.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Then you moved the bar. You moved the bar, and then you.
No, I
went,
didn't
oh.
move the bar. Did anybody in there think that was right?
That's not the point.
No, nobody thought that was right.
Okay, my point was, has anybody watched I Love Lucy and thought that was wrong? Not a one person.
Nobody thought that was wrong.
Exactly my point.
I agree with
Honestly,
that.
I watched that show when I was a kid. I Love Lucy, and it was a very funny show. Like whatever I see on and I Love Lucy, that is comedy. Okay, it's not that serious.
I just
No,
want
I
to.
agree with you, but let me ask you this question. Would it still be comedy if it was reversed? That's what I'm saying. It's
If
the
the
same
man was
thing we
beating
see.
the chick.
It's the same thing when we see the pranks in the street, where you see the itty bitty girl screaming on the big guy, and everybody walks past, but you see the girl in the street get screamed on, and everybody want to play Superman. It's the same premise.
That still goes on today.
No. That's what I'm saying, Simon. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the same reaction. Like he said, it's just comedy. Yeah, it's just comedy as long as the chick is hitting the dude. But when that role gets reversed, it ain't so funny no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's basically pulling out the contradiction, the
They
hypocrisy.
even attacked the superheroes, bro. They attacked the Hulk for beating up She-Hulk, wasn't he? Or what character he beat up? Like fictional shit they jumping on, bro.
She-Hulk?
And I'm gonna say this too, right? I'm gonna say this too, because you had, because Tommy just, basically proved a perfect point. But you had Married with Children, right? Married with Children. You had George Lopez. You had Bernie Mac. You had My Wife and Kids. You had, I'm not sure, maybe Everybody Hates Chris.
Yep.
I hate that show. I hated it.
And then how many other shows? How many other shows do you need me to point out? What about 8 Simple Rules? I could probably name a few other ones if give me a time, but those are the ones that off the rip I already named 6 or 7 shows where the dad is usually named like a klutz, gets hit on sometimes. From time to time they laugh at it, but he never raises his hand to the woman.
Right.
No. I'm sorry. Like, there's been a prevalent thread in terms of the woman is this and the man is this, in terms of how Hollywood has portrayed relationships, in particular black people. Like, we've always seen, even if it's like, all right, let's take the black woman out of it. In any role pre-1940s, the woman's always dainty. She's always got this sort of...
Do you have a time machine?
Petticoat.
Do you have a time machine?
Don't talk to me about that, right? She's always got this petticoat. She's always preen, Mustine, and she's always in the kitchen. That's what the scenes are. She's always in the kitchen, or she's always in like some sort of living room, being social with her social friends. We don't. What's our black women doing right now? God damn, they're in swimming pools with a whole heap of other black women, and we see videos, viral shit of women getting head and all this crap. That's crazy. I mean, wow. And they're mothers as well. Like, they got children at home, and like video viral IG chopping up a nigga. For fuck's sake, come on, give me a break. That's just crazy. And they love it. They love it as well. It's like, goddamn.
It's a reflection of society. That's what's going on in society. That was my point. Now, I wasn't making the point that women had rights back then. Of course, now we all know that they was oppressed and yada yada yada. Wasn't what I'm saying. I'm just saying we just have this mindset that in mass, guys were just beating the dog shit out of women all over the place in the 1930s. I don't think it really went down like that. Now, am I saying that women weren't getting abused? Absolutely not. And again, do I think people were as sensitive to it back then? Absolutely not. But we have this like attitude that it was just happening every other day. That's why I'm glad you brought up the black thing, because again, one quick Google search and I can show you a video of black people getting their ass whipped. Really, really quick. We still haven't come up with a show. You said Color Purple, but again, nobody praised that guy. But we don't.
All right. So the Color Purple thing was really significant because you guys bought into Oprah Winfrey. That's why the Color Purple was so significant. You made her a millionaire.
Hold on, Simon. I gotta introduce somebody else to the panel. This lady is very animated, quote unquote, beautifully. And she's not afraid to speak. AKA Beautifully Animated Speaks. Welcome to the building.
Hey.
Meow, meow, meow. What's up?
How y'all doing?
Hello, ma'am. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
They say I'm simping every time a woman comes on the platform, but I love my black, beautiful women. So salute.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
She don't give a shit about you, Simon.
But Marcus,
you ass.
Marcus, I will say that my view might be kind of skewed because I had like my great grandma on my mom's side was with the shits, and my grandma on my dad's side was with the shits. Like they wasn't sitting there gonna get beat on. My grandma on my dad's side shot at my grandfather, and my great grandma on my other side had to get busy in other ways. I'll describe that story later, but they got busy. But what I'm saying is we have this picture in our head as if like the women back then were just frail and just taking it on the chin and shit. And again, I wasn't alive back then, so maybe they were. I just, in the art, I don't see, a representation of just guys just coming home and just, hey, wife, come over here, slap. Now, again, I'm not saying it did not happen. I'm just saying I don't think that was just a regular like, oh, okay, I'm getting married. Okay, I'm.
That's where I agree with you.
Yeah.
Right. It's not. It wasn't a regular thing. I mean, the thing is, we have laws against domestic violence. Well, why were they started in the first place? Because women were dealing with that. Now we had,
No.
Now we had to.
Hold on, Simon.
I'm a trouble man.
We had to get people on the right track about men dealing with domestic violence and stuff, and be fair about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because a man is big and strong doesn't mean they're not dealing with this, and we have to be fair about it. I had a situation where it was my cousin's birthday party / graduation party from high school, and at some point in the evening, the car that they rode in is rocking, right? And one of my cousins says they're fighting in the car. And it's about the third time she said it that it registered, right? Because it wasn't registering to me because no one was going over there to stop the fight. It was just words being said. Oh, they're fighting. Mind you, his aunt who drove him to the party was sitting in the driver's seat, not doing the goddamn thing. So I went over there and broke up the fight. He's on the inside of the car. His girlfriend's on the outside of the car. I go over there, break it up. And then she thinks she's going to run up on me to get to him while I'm standing in between them. I'm like, I looked at her like, no, chick. And so I'm not a biased person. You know what I'm saying? I don't live in their relationship. I'm not gonna just automatically take my cousin's side. I talked to them both and told them both, this is not right. This isn't healthy. If this is all you can do in your relationship, then y'all need to break up. And for your future relationships, you do not do this and you do not accept it. That is not the right person for you if y'all can't handle things without getting physical. I talked to them both equally because they were equally wrong. As far as I know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the one living and watching them 24/7 to say what's going on with their relationship. I have to be fair about it.
Well, you're right about one thing, like, because if you dealt with that situation where couples fight, that means like they're not the right people for each other, you know, and that is just really toxic to me. You know, toxicness that I hated it. You know, like I was never in that situation in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've never been in that situation either.
Exactly. You know, like if as long as that she is a nice person, like she's cool with me, and then she is not a good person, like just stay away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're the right person for me, like I can trust you. If you're not the right person for me, that means I don't trust you.
Right.
So it like I to be honest with you, man, like I despise domestic violence ever since. I despise it all my life. And so is the abuse. Child abuse. Yes. I despise it all my life because no couple shouldn't have to go through that. Even as a man and a woman, and even a child was going through child abuse by their own parents. Like, no. It's just not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my future kids going through that. Like, I want to raise my kids better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like I said, if the right person is for me, I can trust them. And she is not. That means you're not the right person for me. You're bad news. You are bad news. That means you cannot be trusted. You're unworthy. And you're not the center of somebody else's universe. You're a bad person. And you have issues. And you need help.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is, when you deal with victims of that, you get, let's see, protector. You get either a protector, right? Someone who's totally against it and fights against it and stuff like that, or you get another a abusive person, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's really sad when they keep going with the negative aspect and don't go with the positive aspect of being a protector and not being about that life. You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone is strong enough to break the chain or open-minded enough to break the chain. You know what I'm saying? So it's really sad.
It is to tell you the truth. It is sad, you know. Like I said, you don't like people don't have to go through that situation, that because like he is the problem, she is the problem, but both of y'all are the problems because you're not the right people for each other. Like, come on now. Like, it's the reason that this relationship is not going to work because it's based on toxicness. And nobody don't have to see that and go through that. And no child should have to go through that either. When you have a child, a child have to see like a man put his hands on a woman, You see a woman put his hands on a man. You see your own father, your own mother doing this. That's not the type of situation that you don't have to go through it. And the kids have to go through that because, like, when they grow up, when they're in a relationship, and their lives are messed up, and they can't even find the right person. Like, you knew that person you were with, he is no good. He's no good. He's bad news. Because you go through it when you was a child, and now you have to go through the same situation that your parents put you through. You're going through the same situation with your partner, and that is sad to me. Even as a real life, even in on movies, even on TV shows, we seen this shit. I'm not making this up. It's for real.
How does that make sense, though?
Because what I'm saying is true, Simon. When you watch TV shows and movies where you see domestic violence, you see child abuse and everything like that, it's like it's fucked up.
Yeah, but do you understand what that is?
Hold on, Simon, real quick before you go. I want to get Tommy B and Wally into the conversation still. Tommy B, you got something to say, bro, or Wally?
I'll say this.
I'll wait for Tommy to talk.
I'll say this. You know how they say hurt people hurt people? No, I'd say broken people hurt people.
Yeah.
That's the real saying, right? Broken people hurt people.
Yeah.
But but this is why. It's funny, right? We started this off from men understanding their emotions to warping it down to where we are today to where we are now amongst domestic violence. And just notice, like, if you've been here for the long time of this conversation, Marcus, you ass. But if you've been here long enough for this conversation, right? If you've been here long enough for this conversation, you can definitely tell, this is how far it can go, right? It starts from one thing to a whole nother to then it goes into a whole eclisma of multiple different options of what could happen if this keeps going. So I'll say it from that point right now. I have something else, but I'll say that after.
Go ahead, Wally. You had a question or a pushback to what Jerome was saying?
No. I don't have nothing against what Jerome said. I mean, I agree with what Jeron's saying. Because let's be real honest. I mean, with television and movies or whatever form of, however they choose to produce and show to our minds, I mean, they're trying to be relatable, right? So why is that? Because they want to. Because when we be relatable to these scenarios, we're really understanding neither if it's happening in front of us or it's happening, or 9 times out of 10 it happens to someone else, but somewhere else in their livelihood, it's real. And because of that, it's that trigger that we watch that we have to be mindful of in our everyday. Like, hey, this is I understand there's a lot of crap in TV that we watch, and it's like it doesn't feed us nothing. But in some cases, in other situations, other scenarios of TV does shows up some good stuff. It all depends on what you fucking choose to watch. And, it shows us those scenarios that, when this happens, what are you willing to do about this? Or how are you going to look at this? And do you want this for your own life?
You don't want that in your life.
Hold on, John. Let me get Simon. Simon, you said you had some pushback or you wanted to add something to chime in on what Jeron's point was. Now mute yourself, you Mick bastard.
What are you talking about? I kind of lost track. So what?
All right, let me just do this real quick. PSA: kids don't do drugs. They involve memory loss and making no damn sense, and sometimes they may come from a foreign country. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled broadcast. Before I drop your ass down, Simon, I will ban you. All right, continue.
I don't know. I mean, I speak to Robert, so he had some questions and stuff. I'm like a horse, right? In a horse track. So like when people throw stuff at me, it's just I take it and it's like, okay, so was there a question? I don't know. So many people
He said I think you said you didn't understand what boy was saying.
Yeah, trying to understand his point of view.
Say that again.
You were trying to understand Jerron's point of view.
My what?
Can y'all hear me? My mic messed up.
Your opinion of what I just said. That's what they were saying.
As far as when he was comparing life to the television and the movies and scenarios like that.
Is that right? Is everyone agreed on that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Life in comparison to television. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the fourth fucking time, yes.
God damn it. Oh, bloody hell.
What I just said, what they were saying is, what is your point of view based on my opinion?
Jay, you know, it's like I'm like a magic carpet.
Jay's face.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I'm sorry. Human beings are some of the most interesting creatures on this fucking planet.
Okay, with that said, okay, Marcus, Simon, he lost the visuals of what he was thinking of when it came to what Jerron was saying. So let's move it on.
Yeah.
All right, let me say a few things. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I'm here. I'm from the gym. And I'm trying not to be sore when I wake the fuck up, but it means I did my job.
Some pickle juice.
Say it again.
Some pickle juice.
Yeah, that's a temporary fix, though. Doesn't mean that the pain is gone, sweetheart. And plus,
take two shots. Take 2 shots, and that's it.
But like I said, shout out to all y'all. You guys are awesome. Marcus Wally are really holding this shit well. Good job to both of you without killing each other.
The night is still young.
Yeah, the night is still young indeed.
Yeah, I don't know, but somehow they make it work. And Jerron, my boy here, he can see y'all, so he informs me too. So don't let them kill each other too much. Let them get it out of their system, at least, because these two are like I said, you guys are fucking crazy. Funny though.
I appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate it. Yo, Tommy, what's up, man?
What's up, big dog?
Oh, what's up? Oh man. Yo, yeah, I appreciate y'all for joining this topic, man. I did want to touch up a little bit of what you guys are saying when it came up to, if you were raised in the 40s, what Marcus brought up. I'm like, no, I wasn't. All I have is my grandmother's her experience, along my grandfather's, just to tell me about the times more often than not, and just pretty much how they went through things together and things like that, like what the relationship dynamic was. And I did listen to those stories, like even though when I'm older, I listen to them even harder now than I did before, because you need to be able to understand like their point of view, and that it wasn't all peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Not great. I'm pretty sure. Listen, I'm pretty sure every couple had an argument.
I'm not saying
beat each other up, but at least that one argument y'all see in every movie, every couple has that. Just don't. I've always said it always ends up getting stupid. But yeah, like I said, it happens. It's just a matter of you having a cool head and just trying to hear the other person and not trying to deflect shit. Because trust me, I know everybody gets in defensive mode, and just be like counterattack. I gotta say
real
something
quick.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. Mm-hmm.
I ain't about that. I'm just like, what she has to say.
I mean, the thing is, if you're always on the defense and stuff, you're not hearing the person.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Your ears are clogged.
It is.
I mean, the thing is, someone was saying that it happened in the 1930s with no problems. Yes, there was a problem. It just wasn't all publicized and stuff like that. But yes, it was a problem.
Plus, we didn't have social media, too.
Right. But I'm saying, like, the law had to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, women had to fight for rights for a reason. And I do believe strongly that was part of the reason that they even were looking to have rights and stuff like that, Right. Because outside of them, the only protection that they had was their family. You know what I'm saying? Like, my one of my great aunts and stuff like that, her husband was abusive. And that's my second time using that word. I'm gonna say a word now. Y'all know what I'm saying.
That's cool. I wasn't even shaking my head when you said abusive. I just said like it was the fact that he abused her. That's all.
Oh no, I'm just very protective of people's channels. Okay. No, I'm very protective of people's channels. So I
mean, if I'll be honest, if abuse is the word they use to take down channels, then they some real hoes.
They are.
I just want to say that the words and opinions of Vita Anime Speaks do not reflect on the rest of the YouTube universe and JJ Koch's channel. I'm just kidding.
Kissing up to the janitor.
But he got crazy with her at a restaurant with her brothers. Now, mind you, my grandfather is one of the brothers, right? But he didn't get full on stupid. It was just a slight stupidity, right? And they checked him right then. Like, you do something you hurt our sister, we'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And he straightened up because he knew the family that he was dealing with. Everybody in my family's crazy. So he knew they were for real. Like, if I mess up, I'm dead. And that's what stopped him. But
she picked the right one.
The women needed law to protect them, right? So that's why they had to fight for their rights. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, we're tired of getting beat up on. All right. So, all I do is give my love, and what I get in return is the ass whooping. Nah.
I shouldn't be laughing at that, but that's funny.
I mean, for real though. and I've never dealt with it in my situation. Never dealt with it in my life, whatever. And I'm very honest with guys that I talk to. That hey, you can't even raise your voice to me too loud because it might trigger me. I ain't dealing with it. I'm
the same way.
Like, because we have to have a discussion, okay? Because yes, in reality, there are going to be times that I'm in my 30s. There's going to be times where we disagree and stuff like that, but we have to take on this disagreement responsibly. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to act a fool with you. And yes, please check me if I do go too far and stuff like that. Like PC, cool. Cool. Like let's walk away and come back to the conversation. Because sometimes you do need a break. If things are getting too heated, you just need to walk away, take a few breaths, meditate, and come back to the situation when you're cool-headed. And then again, also, because I get worked up, right? And I'll be back in that same emotion. Like, I may have cooled off, but I can quickly get back into that same level of emotion. So sometimes, maybe you need to write it out. Maybe you can't talk to one another. Maybe you just need to write it out. And maybe you need to write it out because the other person isn't listening because they're in defense mode, right? But the thing is, when you write a letter, you can't cut a person off. All you got to do, the only thing you can do is read through that letter. You can't fight with pen and paper. So, you know.
You have a channel.
Huh? Yeah.
Look,
I'm straight simping. I don't give a fuck. You have a channel.
Yes, it's beautifully animated speaks.
Thank you.
Got you. Beautifully animated. I actually agree with what you said. Like, yo, listen, this might be not first. One of the sisters that has her head on her shoulders, but also actually, like, this sister has common sense and she really analyzes and see things, and she's actually reasonable. She said, like, come down with a cool head. I ain't never heard anybody, a sister in a minute, say that to me. It's more so, nah, man, he got me effed up. And I'm like, okay. And you screaming is going to make the situation a hell of a lot better.
Well,
and
with anger comes responsibility, is what I say.
Well, I'll say consequences.
When people truly have anger issues, you have to be responsible. Because the thing is, people are walking around acting like that shit is cool. It's not fucking cool.
It's not.
Like, I'm on a level. I'm on, like, some shit happened in 2020. Okay. When I was normal, I was Super Saiyan. Okay. Then I snapped and blacked out, whatever, on a family member. And that totally switched me. That totally changed me. I can never go back to Super Saiyan 1. I was stuck on Super Saiyan 2. Something happened in 2020. Yes, and trust me, I use this. I'm saying this because this is an example I use for my therapist, right? And she knew exactly what the hell I was talking about. So something happened in 2020 where I blacked out, and that was a major thing because they totally fucked over my deceased cousin. She was like left out. She was left out and started decaying in 3 days before they, refrigerated her and stuff like that. So they lied about her disfigurement and stuff like that.
Right.
And the dude, the funeral director, instigated a fight with me and my family because they wanted to hold on to that lie. So that was that was in 2020. I totally changed and was stuck in Super Saiyan 2. And it was bad enough living in Super Saiyan 1. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, the stress it puts in your health, on your body, it's not just a mental thing. Like, all that adrenaline pumping and stuff like that, it's like being stuck in Super Saiyan 2. Being stuck in Super Saiyan 2, I feel like I fear death.
Yeah, don't bring us
fear death. Because I fear that my rage will kill me one day.
Right.
Everybody thinks about how they die, but then they're fear of how they'll die and stuff like that. That's my fear.
I mean, I feel you on that bit of animated. For me, it was just like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think because she's new here, Beautiful Animated is a new show. You're gonna hear me say this. I've always said just be straight with me, just talk to me like a civilized person without having to raise your voice. I grew up at a very young age having migraines. You think I like noise now that I'm older? Because I still can come home with headaches. If your first thought is to raise your voice, like you on some fucking tantrum and shit, which the only person that should be on tantrum is a kid. But I'll snuff that early because Yeah,
and with me, you can be like, "Hey, bring it down." And I know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, let me. I'm too heated. Let me take a breath and I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And like meditation techniques, and there's also even just like I've always said, like just keep yourself in the. I can't remember to say this, but like imagine you're meditating on a waterfall. Just calm your mind. It works. It's just like that's why I've always said that time to yourself is very precious because you can be using that to cool off and also to read a book. You can forget about the situation, but it'll help you handle it a lot better next time you talk. Because I actually recently heard a freaking phrase on cinema therapy when they said don't go to bed angry. Do go to bed angry because if you have the argument tomorrow, you won't because you're exhausted to deal with it. If you're too tired to deal with it, then you can't respond and you'll say blatant shit and counterattacks, all that. Now if you go to sleep angry, I'm talking about you expunge all that stress out and anger and all that adrenaline pumping out, you'll be in a much better mood to deal with that conversation the next day.
And But also, you can write it out. Like if you're up and you're still pissed and stuff like that, and you can't sleep, just write it out and leave that letter for your partner, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like you, Jay. I don't believe in don't go to bed angry and stuff like that. Sometimes you need a goddamn break.
Jay,
Yes,
just out of
ma'am.
interest,
You do.
just out of interest, where do you get that philosophy from?
Huh?
Just out of interest, where do you get that philosophy from?
From a channel of Cinema Therapy, where there was a phrase that was used in a particular book from a therapist, where they said, if you're dealing with anger, if you're having an argument with a significant other, it's best you go to bed angry as opposed to being exhausted. And the reason why that is because if you're exhausted, you can't handle the conversation, you'll bow out. If you get anger out early ahead of time, when you wake up, there's no anger. It's just more so you're level-headed, you're cool, and you're able to address the situation and prepare for the confrontation more often than not. I shouldn't say confrontation. Prepare for
the discussion.
The discussion to go in.
Yeah.
Yo, this is my brother. Everybody, this is my brother, older brother that was here on last week. He said, "No way, I'm going to bed angry." I know. I thought the same thing, and I actually changed my mind on that too.
All right.
I was like, "Yeah, it's best to do that." I'm not saying it will ever get to that point where I go to sleep angry, because, well, actually, I'll say this. I'll compare this. Going to bed angry is like, when your daddy whooped your ass or you're bonded and you all angry, tired out and shit. You sleep so. Trust me, you sleep so much better after that.
God damn. I mean, so what? Is that what you experienced? Like you got what?
Well, okay. Like that's why I said to sometimes you might need to write things down and stuff like that. Because like after the
I'm situation, I'm like real serious. Like
after the situation in 2020, and I have been seeing a therapist, right, and a psychiatrist, and I could not get my doctor, right, so I couldn't contact my doctor, so I couldn't get the appointment. And I dealt with it 2 months of not being able to sleep. I had insomnia.
Shit. Yeah, I actually missed it.
I had insomnia, and I would pass out because when I was awake, I was full of adrenaline because I didn't whoop that dude's ass.
Have you got children?
God damn.
Hold on.
Terrible.
And when I couldn't sleep because of the adrenaline, I was like, my body was so packed full of adrenaline. I would have to consciously unfold my hand out of a fist. But when I would wake up from passing out, my hand would be balled in a fist and my body's pumped up full of adrenaline. And my sister had found a new therapist and psychiatrist. And they had to take me in as an emergency. So sometimes you can't sleep on it, right? So you have to get some kind of help to deal with it.
Yes. I had everybody.
And yes, I am a mother.
But I got you, beautiful. I mean, like, there's no surprise here. Everybody knows I once, I've been to therapy before, and also it was more so to deal with my anger when I was really young, but also deal with other things coming up, becoming a high school student at freshman year time. But my junior and senior, I didn't need it after that because I did the program and I did what needed to be done in order to fix myself a little bit. Because what was it? A matter of abandonment issues, anger self-control, really how to feel to get angry really fast.
Jay, real quick,
all that stuff and all that got like, and I put that in.
What are you angry about?
What was I angry about?
No, what are you angry about stuff now?
Now, they're like little bursts. is what it is, but like not like
All right.
shouting. It's
So
just
what
more
was-
so like
So what was you angry about in your past?
in my past, my biological parents, they both pissed me off
Why?
because they weren't in my life.
What does that mean?
Simon, it means they didn't raise me.
So you raised yourself.
No, I had my grandparents for that.
Someone raised you.
Yes, but it wasn't like the conventional shit you see on TVs where your mother and father take care of you.
All right. So
That's what happened.
all right. So I'll give you a perspective, right? And you
Go
know
ahead.
where I'm coming from. I wasn't raised by anybody. So
Who were you raised by?
nobody.
Nope. What? You raised
Nobody.
yourself?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you have family members like
No.
besides your mom and dad?
No.
Now he said nobody. I'm taking it literally. So nobody
Yeah,
raised you.
take it literally. No.
Okay.
This is why I'm asking you questions. I'm not trying to be funny.
No.
So I'm just trying to
serious.
put this
That's
into
fine.
perspective. So you had your grandparents, right?
Yes.
And they gave you an opportunity and they raised you.
Yes.
But you're still pissed about your parents, or not?
At the time, because you're a dumbass teenager, you don't know shit,
Yeah.
and you want to lash out for something that you never had.
Right.
Now, granted, doesn't mean I took it out on my parents. No,
Right.
that was just anger that needed to be expelled. That's why I had therapists that had to deal with to come in to help me deal with my anger, give me
Did they-
meditation techniques, all this shit. But
Did they
also,
help?
did it help? Yes, it took a while,
All right.
as it should.
Okay.
And until you thought until I cleared everything, I left. So have a better handle on control on it more often than not. But it's way better than what it was before. Way better.
Good.
I don't blow up regularly. I'll be honest. The only people who are close to make me blow up right now is my fucking people, my job. Like I feel like everybody need to get their ass beat at that fucking job.
You seem like that. You seem like you turn around. And
That's what I feel.
fucking-
No, but listen. Here's the difference, Simon.
Mm.
That's what I feel should happen. Doesn't mean that it should happen.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a difference. So it's not like, I'm
Yeah.
12-year-olds, like I want these motherfuckers can't self-delete. But
Mm.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. Actually, because at this point, since I'm older, I just feel like hurting them. That's all it is. It's not wanting to take your life or whatever. It's at this point, like you need to feel like it's like pettiness right now. I want you to feel like exactly how I felt. You doing
Why?
this.
Why though?
But-
Because
But at the same time, the best phrase I could use, a wise man once said, "I can change just about freaking anything, but I can't change fucking human nature of someone."
all right, Jay,
So-
I'll tell you something, all right? And you may disagree with me or agree with me. You are
Really?
who you are. You are who you are.
Okay.
Do not look when you walk down the road at another person and think that you may become that. Do not compare yourself to other people. Do not try to put yourself in a place where you're isolated. You are Jay, and you have created yourself, regardless of what your parents created. You look, listen, bruv. I look at you and I see something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I see something.
That is funny. I love that.
I do, and
Thank you.
I don't know what to make of it,
All right.
and I'm not gonna judge it.
Right.
And it's just, it is what it is. But you've got something. I don't know what the hell it is. It's got probably nothing to do with me, but I know it's got something to offer to the world because, like, you've made me tune in. You know, you've made me see a different perspective, and you've made me see something else. And
Okay.
even when you told your story, most people can't do that.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Most people can't articulate that. You know, most people are not in a position to do what you do. And, you know, I will stick with you like that. Because regardless of, you know, what happens, I'm really intrigued to see where Jay comes at. Maybe in about 4 or 5 years. I'm really intrigued.
No, I got you.
I see something special.
No, I feel you. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate the kind words and also the wise wisdom that comes with it. For me, it was like I said, when you're young and dumb at that time, you do a lot of I guess you dropped out. You just your emotions are crazy. Let me just say that. Number one.
Yeah, I mean, if I gave you $10,000 at 15 years old, what the fuck are you gonna do with it?
Do stupid shit.
Exactly.
Stupid shit.
Emotions aren't logical.
Honest, the 15, like I said, 15 and 15, 16, 14, you're stupid as fuck. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, I was smart. No, you do stupid shit with your friends. You do all that dumb shit because you rebel against your parents, which everybody does, which is the rebellious phase. Because that makes you a juvenile. Right. And trust me, the best thing you'll go to is what makes you feel better. And that's a lot of stupid shit that you do. And trust me, I didn't get any sense of reality when I got older to realize I had hurt somebody of my own family. One, the cousin, it was somebody really precious to me. Of course, she's passed away and everything. Once I got a revelation about that, I was like, okay. I really did something, hurt somebody. I can never take that back and never forgive myself for it to this day. And all I can do is be a better person from it and not let my rage or not craziness, my rage and my freaking just my stride really hurt somebody. Just handle it with better care and just, don't pour that on your kids, don't pour that on your lady, none of that shit. It's simple enough. And that's why I've always said having a partner like that is, that is peaceful, that brings peace more often than not, and actually sees things about you that you don't notice is good for you sometimes, as opposed to you thinking that you know it all.
What member of your family was that? Sorry.
My grandmother, great grandmother. And I was just a young bad kid when it came to that. Like, don't worry, I didn't shoot nobody or whatever, nothing like that.
Well, Jay, what you're touching upon is kind of like knowing the monster that's kind of within you and having a good support system that covers your blind spots is kind of what I'm extracting from what you're saying. And I think that's a good lesson. And I commend you for being grateful for those people that have your back and remind you of those, that teach you more about yourself that you might not be aware of.
Thank you, Lotta Message. I mean, it's like I said, I think I don't want to say there's a monster in everybody, but like I said, rage can make you do stupid things, and also if you let it control you, bro, you just become a slave to it. Like people think
wrath is a vice, man. Wrath is a vice that will give you short-term gratification at the expense of a lot, whatever you destroy in your wrath.
Yeah. Well said.
Emotions aren't logical. That's what I say.
True, I'm not.
Yeah, like emotions, you're just gonna have them, but whether you act on them is up to you, because they can. Yeah. If you act on them, you can have damaging consequences.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. My message, you were correct. Would you say you went through a similar experience, or have you had any inklings of times where that might have happened to you? Where
I had a lot of anger when I was younger, like younger ages that I worked through, and then I kind of self-reflected and was like, all right, like I shouldn't act on everything. I should find ways to calm down. Even though, like, looking back on it, like I had a good reason to be upset.
Yeah.
It's just that it wasn't worth it. It was that short-term gratification of fighting back, like, always had a drawback.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just had to recognize, all right, people don't like being like this is gonna make people not want to be around me. Like it's gonna make people not want to be around me. I might hurt myself. It might hurt someone else, and I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be honest with you guys because of because that situation I've been through the same way. You know what I'm saying? Not because of my parents, it's because while I'm going through stuff where I'm angry, where I'm upset, and people do not want to hear what I have to say, and they don't care about my feelings. They don't give a fuck about my feelings. Like, that really pisses me off the most. Like if you feel sorry for me, if you trying to be friends with me, like, bullshit. Like, don't play my emotions. Don't like play me like that, and don't like take advantage of people like that. Like,
Yeah, well, I'll let you finish. My bad.
I allow myself let people take an advantage of me and let people talk to me any kind of way, and run my life and telling me what to do. I dealt through that when I was in high school, and not only that, like before high school, I was at elementary school, and now in high school. I allow myself when people talk to me any kind of way, calling me names, and telling me what to do, and all of that stuff. I allow myself, and I didn't have the heart to stand up for myself because I don't want to cause a scene. I allowed myself, and then I regretted it ever since. Because you let people step all over you and talk to you any kind of way, and let your emotions and your anger get the best in you. I was like that. I was angry. People don't want to get to know me. People don't want to hang out with me. People judging me, calling me names, like I said, and disrespecting me. And I had to pretend that I was having a good day. When my parents say, like, how was school? I was like, fine. And I haven't been honest with myself, and I'm just gonna say, like, no, I'm not fine. But I didn't have the heart to say, like, I'm not having a good day, which I did. My good moments, my bad moments, my weird moments. Like I was an angry person back in high school. Like, I was jealous. I was like, I didn't have a date. I didn't hang out with friends. I never had those type of things. I never walked with them or taken a ride with them. I had to ride a school bus. Like, I never had those things. Ever. Because I was different. I wasn't no thug. I didn't get in trouble. I didn't do nothing like that. Like, I was a good kid. But people have to realize that I have feelings too when I go through stuff. And I allow myself, people play me like a fool. But some of them who was nice to me and some of them who was not. Like, I'm not going through that again. Since I'm older now, I'm not gonna let my emotions and my feelings get the best of me. That because of my past situations doesn't mean I'm not gonna live with that. I'm not gonna live with that. You know? Like just remember what you had learned, that not all people is not going to like you or respect you. You just have to find the right people to get to know you for who you are. Do not let your anger and your emotions get the best of you. If you have something to say how you feel, just say what you gotta say. But don't treat people like shit. You know, they have feelings too. I have feelings too, as well. Just remember that. Just don't.
Go ahead, Bufan.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I'm a very vocal person when it comes to how people act with kids. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, a lot of us dealt with that shit. You know, I'm the adult. I'm the parent. I can act any kind of way. Say, you know, talk to you any kind of way, whatever. Say whatever. And so I'm very vocal in kids are people, and they deserve respect as well. It's not like you are a kid and then at 18 or 21 you're automatically an adult. No, you're raising a person to become an adult. They are people. You know what I'm saying? Them being underage doesn't take away that they are people with feelings and thoughts of their own and things of that nature. So, yeah, when I see somebody disrespecting a kid, I'm quick to say something. Ain't gonna do it to me.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me address the comments real quick. First, I'm going to go to my brother Vertus here. He said, I was like that, but I stood up to people. Even if I would lose, I just didn't want to sit in jail, so I just walked away and let them think they pumped me. I know many cats that did that. I understand that. I had to do that when I got in college. I mean, college I didn't have that problem. It was more so in high school. I tried to not fight as much. Still fought, but not as much when you're in middle school. That's the unfortunate reality for many boys. My man Sorgita says, no one cares about our struggles. We only thrive or perish. There's no in between. That's true. And my brother also wrote some down. Said, I found out that one of them put to say is true. I never thought it was true, but most bullies have family issues or self-esteem issues, so they pick on others, even as adults. Facts.
Oh yeah.
These mother trust me. I've called adults bullies, and that's what they are. And then that's why. And for me, whenever guys, this will weird, but I'll make it curly somehow. That's why I kind of resonate with Steve Rogers when he says I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies either. I had to deal with them in school all the time, and I had to fight them to make sure to know not to screw with me. And the thing is, I ain't throw the first punch. They threw the first punch, I dodged it, and I beat their tail.
Yeah, and let me say this.
I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to beat him because I don't want to hurt you like you trying to hurt me.
Right.
So, yes, that's why I said I resonate with that.
For myself, I really hate bullies. I never said that I don't like them. I just hated them with a passion. Because you have family issues, that because you don't have no friends doesn't mean you don't have to be a fucking asshole to pick on other kids who are weak, who are nerds, and you have no goddamn life. Like if you trying to fuck with me, you're gonna get your ass kicked. I don't care what you're going through. That doesn't mean you have to be such a dick. And I'm the type of person who hates bullies like you.
This conversation took a turn.
No, I ain't taking a turn. It just Marcus. I love this dude, but yo, fucking troll. I love him.
Okay,
No,
I would fight bullies in elementary school, but I'm like you, Jay. I'm like you. I didn't start the fight. I finished it, right? Exactly. Now in middle school,
I always say finish what you started. So if you guys are going to finish it, then I'm going to finish it.
Right?
It means I
now in middle school, I really stuck away from trying to fight because I was trying to keep my record clean, my school record clean. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing, right? But
so I let my parents down.
They knew not to touch me. It was always words, but still, words can work on your goddamn nerves.
You trigger you when you're younger. So much easier to get it. It's so easy to trigger someone when they're a teenager. More easier than when you're an adult. Sometimes. Yeah.
So middle school, I took it. I took the bullying, whatever, because it was never a fear of them. It was a fear of myself.
What you gonna do to them?
Because when I was like elementary school age is when I had my first blackout and I was choking a kid. Yeah. So because my parents, like I said, temperament, the short temperament runs in my family, but my parents it's not like they warned me of this possibility, you know, of what I could experience and go through and snap and all that stuff, right? So I wasn't ready. And so I was scared of myself. And it was that fear in middle school of myself that made me not want to put hands on anybody. But like I said, the words do get tiresome. And
They
so by the time I got to high school, I was in fucking mode. I was done. It's like somebody wants me, they can get it.
Yeah, this anime, which is, you know, what's so funny, and I will address the comments, guys. I'll address your comments, and thank you guys for commenting. I really appreciate it. But let me address this. There was this dude on the basketball team. Like, his hearing wasn't that great, but he was still a cool dude. And one of this dude named Osman is fucking with this dude with throwing wiffle balls at him. And he's like, yo, stop it. And then he just kept doing it. Before the game started, he said, fuck it. He punched this motherfucker in the face. And I was just like, that's what the fuck you get. You shouldn't be. I keep telling him, listen, people got to understand. You keep poking at somebody, you meet the wrong one, and they're going to knock your teeth out. Or they might come to school with a weapon and take your business their way. You're better off getting the punch. You better just take the punch.
Right.
You know why? Because you're still alive.
Yep.
But yeah, I saw that, and his dad walks in and says, "I'm suing you." I just laughed. I'm laughing. I'm like, he got what he fucking asked for.
Yep.
Because he says, because remember, he said, "Yo, so swing then." He's.
Oh my goodness!
I swear it was something out of a fucking TV show. Pow! I was like, yo, Ricky. He got his face put into the fucking court. I was just like, damn.
And you know what?
In my head, I was about to fucking clown him, but I was like, don't do that. Just keep it. All I said was, you had nothing. Oh no, but he had it coming. Yeah. And plus, this dude fucked with people too much, so he got what he deserved.
Yeah, and the thing is,
he just got off the bed. To be honest,
teachers pay attention to y'all. You know, they pay attention to us, right? So it's not like I was getting in trouble. I didn't get in trouble for the fights I was in because they knew I didn't start nothing.
Right.
I was a person that was to myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mess with people.
No, I feel you.
So
let me get to this comment real quick. Beautifully animated real quick. That's funny. I think you said that. He says, anytime boy men speak up about their struggles, all we get is boys don't cry, man up. It could be so much worse. Yeah, it's true. But also,
that's a tired out statement too.
That's a tired out statement. I swear. I don't want to hear it.
It is.
Don't tell me to man up, bro. Listen, just tell me to, like, you know, people like, just get your shit together. That's what I normally hear. But I'll never hear, man, like, nah. But it's just because as soon as you put your hands on them, you going to jail now. I'm running the bus driver and uppercutting that woman. When I hear that, you going to jail now. I remember that was like 2012. I remember that motherfucker. Oh, that's she had that coming. I defended that, man. I was like, nah, you don't do that to a person that's driving. Now that's the one time I agree with man should knock a lady out. I'm sorry, just be for that minute, because he's driving a bus and he's got passengers on there. You're endangering lives, messing with him, because they're driving in the city, and if you have an accident, that's on you. But
yeah, I mean, if I'm on the bus and stuff like that, then I probably have to get into a fight because
you might have to knock her out to save y'all lives.
Right. You ain't putting my life at risk. Damn
exactly,
that.
She's putting your lives at risk, and she spit on the driver and she punched him. I remember that whole incident. It's so long ago, but I remember it as clear as yesterday because I was in college when I heard about that. I was like, what? And I'm like, hey man, no, he justified in knocking her out.
No, I'm saying like the driver wouldn't have to worry about it because I've been on.
Spit on him.
I would have been on that ass.
Okay, you knock your teeth out. And it is just like I know because you put hands on him first and also spit on him, like he has a right to knock you out. You're endangering lives. Too many things are going on. One, you just suspect him by spitting on him, and that's foul, nasty, and disgusting. And then you try to hit him. I'm like,
that's a criminal act in itself. Spitting on somebody.
Well, on street terms, this is how we do with it. Like, stepping on someone's shoes is a step below spitting in someone's face. Either way, you get your ass whooped, man or woman.
But I'm saying we don't know. You could have HIV and shit. Like, keep your spit to yourself and stuff. Like, keep your fluids to yourself.
That is true. She ain't wrong there.
Punch in the neck and shit.
Yeah.
Can you spit now? Can you spit now?
I'm gonna slap that mouth real hard, like your mom, like the mom used to hit slap you if you freaking talking with a foul mouth. Like, psh, I remember them hits. Trust me. He says I despise bullies. I'm always willing to throw hands with one. I know. We all were. He says my dad didn't care if I fought as long as I was defending myself. Same here. I didn't get on punishment. He just said, son, if they. This is what my grandfather, my father says. He literally said this. They hit you. They put hands on you. You do what you got to do.
Finish them.
That's what he said.
Wow, violence.
Get all Mortal Kombat on that. Finish them.
He said that bus driver did a flawless uppercut. Yeah, sure you did.
Oh, damn! Somebody call Popo. Huh.
Yeah, I know, right? I beg your pardon, Jedi Mike. You're gonna come up. You're gonna come up, but it's the truth. But no, I mean, that's
shout out to Jedi.
That thing that we've come to acknowledge is just that fighting was a sport growing up sometimes, and I now that I'm older, I was just like, God damn it, you gotta go through all that shit just to fucking goddamn. It may toughen us up in the end, and I know it definitely toughened me up, definitely, man. Because first of all, I'm surprised the 360 my life turned after all that anger and fighting was all done.
Jay's gonna hit somebody like surprise attack, and the next thing you know, I'm gonna be like, whoopsie. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Remember Mortal Kombat? Remember that?
Are you going serious?
Oh no!
Like for me, like for me, even now, like for me to really hurt, like really fight somebody right now, you got to put hands on me. That's all it is. You can say whatever shit you want to say. It is not going to hurt me or affect me.
Yeah.
Like, that's only like I said. Or if you spit on me, you're definitely. I'm sorry. I'm hooking off.
Hey, beautifully animated. Beautifully animated. Jay's gonna be like Street Fighter. Watch, Tiger.
Shit, I'm freaking
Chun-Li. So you're correct. I agree with your comments, and thank you, Virtus, for actually saying some stuff. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is getting out of hand. It's really crazy.
Yeah, man. What's the Street Fighter character that's green with the orange hair or something?
Oh, Blanca.
Blanca.
Yeah, Blanca.
I may not look like Blanca, but I'll act like Blanca in a second, man.
Yeah.
That's
basically like
an example of how I am when I lose my cool and shit. That's why
that's basically a cheaper version of the Hulk, except he can have like electroshock when he would when you fight him. Right. Be like electricity and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm freaking Blanca, I'm fucking She-Hulk, just like that's why I just that's why you have to be so picky about who's in your life and who's in your circle and who's around you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. And I am like Ken Masters, my homie Ken Masters.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, I'm like Johnny Cage. I'm like Raw Ring. I'm like Jackie Bryan from Virtua Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Terry Bogard. Terry Bogard.
Yeah, he all in this.
God damn, he found all his personalities.
Leave him alone, beautifully animated. He's manifesting. Let him manifest.
And I'm like Maxie from Soul Calibur. And those are my homies. Like my favorite characters from.
You got their phone number?
Phone number? Like I don't need their phone number because I'm like
I know what he's gonna say. Hadouken.
Hadouken.
Yeah, man. Sure you can.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh.
What was that one song when you would fight? Like you'd be fighting on the bass with a guile. No, bum ba dum ba dum, bum ba dum ba dum. Round one.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
And the conversation has made another turn.
Oh, no, can't make this shit up.
Martin did that shit.
Oh my goodness.
You changed it. You talking about like this person took a turn, bro? You just took it that way. So you see that he says, "I love fighting, boxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and judo, but many people truly don't know how violent it can get on the streets. So I avoid it if I can. I understand. Cause I'll be honest, man. Like, we can settle everything with just fists. We'd be okay, man, without using guns and stuff like that. Trust me, because that used to be the best way. Me, if your cousins had a fight, y'all listen. You said some shit. I'm like, get the gloves, bro. Let's go. We'll get to the crib. Let's go. And we just just like not like a friendly sparring, but just like a sparring and just get everything out.
Yeah.
You can do that and you're all good. You can just settle that down. Because I'll be like, yo, bro, because you do some like shit that we get to the crib, get the gloves, let's go. So, whoever go down. You know, hard feelings, whatever. We hash that shit. That's what we should do. So that's the best way to deal with stuff like that. Damn, guys, I didn't mean to go into a whole freaking realm of bullying, but hey, this is a chill out. So anything goes, and it's random as fuck. So yeah, well, topics wise, but yeah. They don't fight fair on the streets. It's the unfortunate fact of why they don't listen. They fight dirty, baby. And I tell people, listen. I'll punch you in the eye. I'll poke. Like I said, listen. No. I'll poke you in the eye. I'll punch you in the dick. I'll throw sand in your eye. I don't give a fuck. I'm winning at this point. It's just not. This is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use. I'm gonna mix with Krav Maga. I'm gonna mix with Krav Maga and Haikido on their asses. Krav Maga and Haikido.
I mean, I'll be honest. Any lady should be lucky that will bite a dude's neck in order to get the point across. Like really hurt him, because. That's gonna be pure rage whenever that happens. Because like I said, that's why I said be careful. You want protection, you got it. You got a savage beast for one.
Yeah.
Like Magnum Filter says, shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth.
Yes, Marcus, no.
I'm just kidding. My bad, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, it is that thing that we have to constantly worry about. Just keeping ourselves in check, right? So we don't lose it.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
But no,
it shouldn't be. Like for me, it's small things. They're not. Like my job to piss me off with small shit. Like I swear to God, I said, yeah, fucking. Ooh. And no wonder everybody wants to fight y'all on this damn shit. Both the husband and wife are both dumb. Ugh.
Hey, real quick side question. Have y'all been watching that She-Hulk show?
Yeah, I did.
First episode.
I haven't watched it.
First episode, second episode.
After I get off with you guys. Yeah.
Is it good? Is it a good show?
It's funny.
Hell yeah.
It's like her books. Like they're supposed to be funny. It's funny. I didn't see any wokeism in there. So like people were complaining, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, like people complaining because they think like this show is a woke, but like come on now, just watch the whole goddamn episode when it comes out every Thursday.
Well, they can't call She-Hulk like woke because that's who she was in the comics. You know?
That's exactly they did everything on point in the comics personally. Everything is like perfect almost. That's actually scary.
Like I'm looking forward to see Daredevil on there.
Oh hell yeah, we all are. Might be the last episode we see him probably, but I'm cool with that. He's Daredevil. That's why. Beautifully animated. I do want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You're an anime fan?
Yeah.
Good.
Bro, have you seen her background when she's nothing but Asian? Like Like Japanese culture.
Like me?
No, better than you. Just being fair and being honest, bro. Like it's like she's in a restaurant ordering sushi and like, you know, miso soup and like the.
I mean, you can kind of see that a little bit behind my face. That's a little bit like I have a.
Okay. I'm going to check her channel. I'm gonna subscribe. So I'm gonna do. Yo, so please, would you like to join us for an anime talk tomorrow night if you're not too busy?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I have to be off tomorrow. So about to be today. And yeah.
But you gotta invite like a lot of anime people though, as much as you can.
And I'm going to like I invite my sister on, and then hopefully I'll try to have one of my brothers on at least one of them, and then we'll come in there. Marcus, it was so funny. You never really show up to those things. I really.
I'll be in the chat or I'll be watching, but
I can't. You do the barbershop thing, so yeah.
No, I mean honestly, I don't even really go up there much like I used to. I'll watch that too, though. If I still show support, but if it's like something that I can relate to, talk to you guys about on anime, I'll jump on. But if it's something I don't know, I just listen. You know?
Well, that's why I like to have you on, so you can actually get more into watching things because I can recommend so much. Like I said, I'm a living at this point.
No, I appreciate it. I know. I appreciate when you played in the back end.
Are all out tomorrow. I have a lot of shit to cover tomorrow on anime news on what it is. So that's why I want to have briefly animated on to let her know what I'm going to be doing, and also should be the guest, star guest.
Something tells me that she likes very violent and gory shit.
I like anything that's good. I mean, so if it ends up being violent and gory, that's just what it is.
That's why I love it.
But if she watch Goblin Slayer, then that's like your alley. Watch Goblin Slayer then if you like violent shit.
What you said? What Slayer?
Goblin Slayer.
Oh, okay. Where's that?
Okay. What freaking shit, let me ask you. What app do you have? Do you have Crunchyroll? Do you have Hulu? What?
Not right now, but I do have an account with Crunchyroll because I know Funimation will stuff to Crunchyroll, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
Cool.
You're good.
I have Crunchyroll.
I don't know. Stop using.
I'm glad Crunchyroll started dubbing stuff like. But one of my goals is to learn Japanese, just so I don't have to dub anything.
What?
I said one of my things is to learn Japanese, so I don't have to dub anymore.
Oh. I mean, I'm learning. I'm for the most part.
Because I mean, really, when you go ahead and read the subs and stuff like that, that must be so much better than the dubs.
It does. I've said it before. The only dubs you can actually like are the older ones, like Yu Hakusho, the Death Note is good. Yeah, Bleach had a good dub. Naruto, those are all good dubs. Cowboy Bebop. Shit. What was that? Fucking Rurouni Kenshin was a good dub for the most part. Like I said, all the older stuff.
You know what? Good. I don't understand.
Even Big O was good, surprisingly.
Oh, which one?
Big O, that old one.
Oh yeah,
the Japanese Batman mecha dude. I love that shit. That's just fun.
But
this whole month with a goddamn train.
It's crazy how they mess up the dubs on some of these animes when all you gotta do is freaking transcribe the damn sub. You know what I'm saying? The words are right there. What they're saying.
Well, the thing for me is, don't worry. I'm actually having a video popping up for my favorite seiyus, which basically means voice actors in Japanese. And I'm actually gonna go over who my favorites are and like the range of their voice and really show why they're my favorites. You know, why they're at the peak of their career, why they're so good. I've always said over there they treat it like an actual art form, like they actually are. They are those characters. Here, the motherfuckers are just saying.
You have to get into character.
Yeah, none of them are the characters.
Acting. It may be voice acting, but it's still acting. Get into character.
Exactly.
They're saying words off the line. It's like a bad movie.
Hell, you want to be like motherfucker? They do that.
God damn, who is this beautifully animated?
They say that about some big Boondocks, baby. Like Boondocks is good, but they can use that shit.
She sounded like the Mr. Chow from Hangover.
No, I'm doing the Chinese chick off of Blue Lagoon. She's like, listen here, motherfucker.
Oh, Revy? All those bitches are crazy. Like I wouldn't fuck none of them. I wouldn't talk to none of them. They about to get their ass beat. And honestly, that shows okay that it's okay to beat the living shit out of Roberta or freaking Rabbit. It's cool. Yeah, I don't take that seriously. All right. No, but they crazy. You can beat their ass. Fucking crazy. The bitch with the scar on her face, she's crazy. The Revy who she works for, that bitch, the scar bitch, she's crazy. And you got the chick who looks like I'll be honest. I would think that, oh man, I can't say that a lot. I can't say that. Let's just say fucking muscle bow maid, bitch maid in this case.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah, she
was
super duper crazy. But the thing is, they caused that crap. They caused that crap themselves and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They should never mess with the person. That's like
glasses on, which is actually really funny. And she just like, damn, that's a hardcore bitch.
What's the Keanu Reeves? What's the
John Wick? The Matrix?
No, not the Matrix.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's in this like, and they're making more movies.
John Wick.
Yes, thank you.
John Wick.
Thank you. Yeah. That's a close example of why you don't mess with people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's just a dog. That dog was keeping him chilled out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Last thing of his life.
Right. And for the maid, I think her name was Roberta. That guy who took her in and gave her a new life, that was her puppy. Like that, you know what I'm saying? He's the one who gave her, like, put her in chill mode, gave her serenity and stuff like that, gave her peace. And for him to be snatched from her life like that, and snatched from his son's life like that, They woke the beast with that one. That chick was out there.
Keanu Reeves is one of my personal favorite actors.
Man, fuck them kids.
Oh yeah. Hey man, that's high table shit. That's all I gotta say, bro. That's just funny as fuck.
What do y'all think was better, John Wick or The Matrix?
They're getting the series.
Why not need to fix our mics?
Yeah.
I would say I like them both, but I guess
I'm sorry. Parabellum is like probably should be the best, but I love number one. I'm sorry, number one just it's crazy.
No, I'm talking about as a whole, as a series on each side. John Wick series or the Matrix series?
Oh, as a whole? Well, yeah.
Damn, this is hard for me to say. Like I saw the first John Wick movie.
I'm gonna throw in and say John Wick is better than Matrix.
I think I might have to say that too.
No, yeah.
I'm with John Wick.
And the thing is, I'm a big hand-to-hand combat fan. Please understand that I'm a big hand-to-hand fan. I can't believe I just agreed to this shit too. I think John Wick. I think just because of the character of John Wick, that's why I find more interesting in Neo. Because his character was already set once he became.
It all started with killing the fucking dog. You don't do that.
And stealing his car. Don't forget that. Both.
Yeah. You killed his dog. You're stealing his car. And now you pissed him off, and now he's gonna kill your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still don't think he would have done anything if they had just taken the car. I think the main thing was the dog, because that's a lot.
Because of what that dog meant, because it was the last thing of his wife to him.
Last thing of his wife. That's what I said.
His wife did not want him going back. He was retired.
Yeah, I'm done.
So she knew her husband, and so yeah. She definitely worked hard and set it up to where he was going to be taken care of emotionally.
Yo, and that reminds me so much of these tropes that we watch in there, where like these dudes just went out of this life. The same thing with Nobody. When like, I keep telling Marcus he needs to watch that movie, man, because it's kind of the same thing.
What movie?
Nobody. Remember the scene I showed you where he was in those guys on the bus?
Yeah, the guy.
Oh
Bob
yeah,
Odenkirk.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Movie. Oh, you seen it? You finally? Yeah, dude. It's the same. His story is the same, technically the same as John Wick, and they're in the same universe apparently. But the thing is, where like they work these like jobs and they do like these atrocious actions and things like that for the sake of their profession, and then they went out. Then the man wants out so he can just have a life and some shit. Like it happens all the time. I'm not saying I hate that trope or whatever, but I find it's like because you want to not do this shit forever, of course, and of course you want to get out and just have something normal for yourself, so you can maintain some sense of, so you can like either save your soul in a quote unquote or just save your sanity. That's really what it is.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. Have y'all watched the original Evil Dead in the 80s?
Evil Dead? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that fucking movie.
Have all y'all seen it though?
Yes, I did. I seen it like twice.
All right. Have y'all seen the remake they did like 9 years ago?
Hell no, I don't want that.
Oh, I was gonna ask y'all if you comparing, because I know that sometimes like asking the questions from the original to the remake, and I was just saying like what movies that are made in, like for example, The Hills Have Eyes, right? The original one came out in the 70s, but the remake came out in the like mid to late 2000s.
Yeah,
you know what's so funny about when you no. He said the right title. Is the alternate version called The Hills Have Size? Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen Evil Dead twice. I seen Evil Dead 2 once, and not only that, I remember watching Army of Darkness once, and I saw it twice.
Yeah, during this year.
What about you, Beauty Animated? Have you seen those movies?
Oh, which movies?
The Evil Dead.
No.
You haven't seen those?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you're missing out on nostalgic culture. How dare you? How dare you?
I mean, Evil Dead. I love the originals better, but the remake, where I remember it came out, I don't like what they remake movies like that. But the originals it did it better. It did it better. You know what I'm saying? I like the originals better instead of the remakes.
I know that like Dawn of the Dead had an original for the 70s or 60s, and then they made Zack Snyder made the remake in 2004 when they were in the mall. I actually like the remake a lot just because of it ends shitty, but realistically in real life, if we were in that situation, 9 times or 8 times out of 10 it would end shitty.
Oh,
the world
wait a
was taking
minute.
over.
Dawn of the Dead. I remember watching Dawn of the Dead, but I didn't know it was a remake. I did not know it was a remake. I seen Dawn of the Dead twice. Actually, a couple of times I remember. Like, I have a thing for zombies, and I have a thing for vampires as well.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, man, I've always been
okay.
I'll go for B then.
It's Shinwa, and I had gotten the name wrong. It's not Blue Lagoon, it's Black Lagoon. But yeah, when she talks, it's hilarious.
Oh, are you talking about that chick that you were cussing?
Yeah. Let me tell you something, cowboy. Because Cowboy was about to get them all killed, and she was pissed.
Man, you know, I never really seen that much of Cowboy Bebop, but I would always see it come up on Adult Swim, but I never had a chance to actually watch it.
I liked it, and I liked their movie.
You know which one I would sometimes watch? Aqua Teen Hunger Force and the Boondocks.
I love Aqua
Oh man, you can't go wrong with Boondocks.
Yeah, Boondocks is awesome. I seen it.
I'm sorry, man. Aqua Teen Hunger Force had like the best intro, at least the second version. My name is Shakezilla. That's my
yeah, that was a dope intro.
That's intro.
Oh, I love that show too with Jake and Carlog and Fleetwood and Carl. That show was awesome. I love that.
Oh man,
what was the other one where it's like they're like in a spaceship and it's like a guy like in a superhero suit on Adult Swim?
No Space Ghost.
Huh?
No Space Ghost.
Is that what it was called? The guy that looks like he's an eagle or like a hawk?
Oh no, that's Birdman. You're thinking.
Birdman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember watching Space Ghost Coast to Coast where they was doing their like their talk show and stuff. Like it was so hilarious.
Yeah,
I seen
that. Yo, man, bro, y'all remember when we listened to that intro again? Cause we are the Aqua Teens. Oh, that's my shit,
bro.
All the homies said hood and the girls want to scream. You know, I love that shit. That shit is good, bro.
They don't make him like that no more though, cause that shit was nostalgic as fuck.
No, I'll definitely watch that motherfucker. I'll watch that shit. Just listen to that.
A pimp named Slipback.
Oh man.
No, it's not Mr. Pimp. It's a pimp named Slickback.
Voice
Say
by
the whole
Cat
damn
Williams.
thing.
Voice by Cat Williams.
It said I likes you and I want you. See, I don't come looking for no little boys.
No, I don't like that character.
I don't come here for no little boys. I came looking for milk, no cookies, no nothing.
Hell no.
You got some booty.
No, I don't
man's
like that
booty.
Character. Hell no. I don't like that fucking
hey.
ass.
Oh, you can take it the easy way or the hard way, Jerron.
Oh shit, a pimp named Slipback and starting some shit.
He said, but see, in the pen, we don't call it cookie, we call it booty. He said, listen, booty was more important than drinking water.
Yeah, no. I don't like that.
Okay, you want this the hard way, Jerron. I got you.
No, I hated that guy.
See, it don't make no difference.
Playing.
I know where all my bitches at.
Right. Yo, Mark, we can do
warrior.
We should play some.
I'm a warrior.
I'm play a Boondocks one in the back, so I'm in the stream.
I'm a warrior.
And then the backstage, we could all watch that. So they don't give us no copyright bullshit.
Right.
Thanks for tuning in to us. This has been Chillout 36.5. Sorry about the other one. The other one was amazing. We had Beautiful Animated on. We had Tommy B on. We have my man Message. We have my man Jordan here. Wally Washington, who disappeared just I don't know. Maybe he's doing something. MC Vet talking shit.
YouTube hoe. He be hopping all over.
And we have
I know you want to talk about because you been hopping too.
Oh shit! I called him out of his name and he comes back beautifully.
Oh yeah,
y'all hit the like button.
Please,
you know you like that shit.
I'm one away from 170, guys. And I've stuck here for a while. So guys, please, please subscribe, like the video, and also comment, please. I'm not above criticism. Nobody here else is. Other than that, peace out, and we about to watch.
My name is Chris Hansen, but they call me Chris Hansen.